Greetings, my excellent friends. We have some druids to talk to, some, by and large, by all accounts, not very kind or friendly druids. They say they're true neutral, but I don't know, this one was threatening a child with a snake. That's not a good look, in my experience. The child is fine, though apparently if handled poorly, the child can very much end up not fine, according to at least one person in the chat whose version of this encounter didn't go as well. Yeah, y'all can say things as they become. My policy is like what Blue Moon did in talking about how a given situation went for her that was different from how it went for us. Use your judgment and your knowledge of the game to be like, well, the thing I want to talk about now cannot and will not happen in his run. If you've come to that conclusion and you're sure about it, then you can say what you like. But if it's something that might affect what hasn't happened yet for us, then don't. And that's very good because, you know, it's the sort of game you go back to. Hell, I know people who, rather than do a full playthrough of the game, instead start it 5 times. And then, I don't know how they expect to get to the third act, but still, if that works for them, that works. More hot fixes now live. Apparently, the patch that we were on, like the one that was added that broke my game this week, like that was just the update procedure going wrong. Apparently, the patch before this one, the one that I started my playthrough on, was like very hated. It apparently broke an untold number of things, but most specifically, it broke a bunch of the handling of the game's romance content, which, much like Glamour in 14, I can imagine is very high on a lot of people's priority lists compared to gameplay and story. No, I won't, but I very much imagine that, like, I will do that playthrough at some point. I don't think I'd stream it unless I waited ages, and because, you know, I wouldn't stream a game like this twice unless there was several years between it, so I probably would have played Dark Urge by then. But what made you do it as your first, or is it not your first run? Or is it your first run? Like, what made you take it on? Is it because, like, for some people who started with it, it's like, I don't usually replay things, therefore I wanted to make sure I played this. For others, it's like, it seemed too cool to pass up. And then there's plenty of people who are like, no, that seems like a good replay thing, like Malkavian in Bloodlines. That was my take. I know a mainstream gamer because I'm playing the game of the year. Oh god, yeah. So what have we? I'm glad I didn't watch the show because apparently it was agonizing to watch. But what are the takeaway memes? We've got the please wrap it up teleprompter. Fucking lots of stories about how the award winners were given 30 seconds to speak and that the whole show was basically just for advertisements. Apparently Hideo Kojima talked for 10 minutes, but I don't actually know what about. I'm sure Sam or Swede or someone will be able to tell me that eventually. Or you, Snip. And that was being compared to the award winners not being able to talk at all. Ben Starr got flashbanged into the next dimension, and that's a meme image now. And of course, Neil Newbon won Best Performance, which is good because it means that I was right and Swede was wrong, which is tasty. And other than Game of the Year, Baldur's Gate 3 did not win everything. It got Best RPG, but didn't get Best Story, which I wouldn't know, would I? Not there yet. Yeah, Christopher Judge saying his last speech was longer than this year's COD campaign. I didn't know about Christopher Judge having a long speech or anything, but apparently last year he spoke for longer than any Oscar speech on record. So it must then therefore be a direct response to that they've been far more exacting in how long actors can, or how long award winners can speak, right? Like, evidently they didn't have that system in place last year, and he held them up. Nobody's talking about what he... Like, everybody's talking about how his speech was really long. Nobody actually talks about what his speech was about. So, it mustn't have been interesting. I'm sure you and your wallet both wish for that, Raptor. Yeah, no, I don't watch trailers, I don't watch award shows, I don't watch industry hype shows, I don't watch patch trailers, I don't watch game updates, I don't watch content around gaming, I just play the fuckers. Occasionally I'll hang out with a Twitch streamer, but even that I do a hell of a lot less stream consumption than I do stream creation. Because I don't see a lot of value in any of those aspects except for Let's Plays and streaming, because those are like, you know... In Let's Play's case, I will generally watch a Let's Play of something I don't intend to play myself, and then you get the experience. Streaming, it's, you know, more of a... like, the idea of hanging out vibe, because there's a chat community and there's direct interaction, right? So leaving those concepts aside, but game promotion in general, I see the point from the advertiser's perspective, because it's marketing. They want you to hear about the game, they want you to see about games and you know, learn about games and then hopefully buy them. But for me as a consumer, like, I'm either sold or I'm not. If I've never heard of a game before, I'll watch a little bit of something to see whether it's something I want, and if it is, I will mark it, and then I will never look at that game's promo again, because I could spend that time actually playing something. So I will. I'll read patch notes for a game I'm playing, because then I don't get surprised by any horrible changes, but a video trailer for a patch is just a time sink, you know? Just give me a page full of words. Baldur's Gate 1 Best Community Support. I don't really understand what that means. That's it, like, whenever Final Fantasy XIV has an update or a news announcement, there's 3 or 4 people who will inevitably tell me. Whenever there's a sequel or something to something that I've played on stream, someone will say. So for me, it's more of a I don't have to because other people do situation. Though that itself, you know, I only have that privilege because other people bother with it. So that's something I do have to acknowledge. Recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates patches. It also won Best Multiplayer, which further reinforces your stance of not wanting to play it until you can play it. Yeah, I fully, not agree, but I fully support that idea of yours, and I think that you should do it. Where it falls apart is the fact that you don't want to play it on multiplayer with people who've played it before. I wish that wasn't the case, because then I'd play it with you. But since it is, it's like, well, good luck finding someone who is also waiting for that exact thing. Because I think that's an impossible goal, and you'll end up just never playing the game, no offense. But on its own, I want to play it with other people is a great idea. I assume you're leaving now, because... Well, yeah, I mean, the first time you brought it up, I basically told you, like, there ain't no way my first playthrough is going to be with other people, but I'm happily... I'd be happy to join your first run-through while not spoiling it. It's just that that's, you know, your preference, and if you don't want to do that, I'm not going to shed tears. Granted, you'll have to wait 6 months for me to get through this fucker. I'm going to start moving now, so you might want to go.
won't let this grove be harmed. Not again.
What do we got? Loik, 8 HP. Marcoral, 22. And they're both level 3. So that is odd, isn't it? This one has HP comparable to an actual level 3, because we're all in the 20s. This one doesn't. I read that as fucking Borderlands, but you're just saying Budokai Tenkaichi wrong. Although to be fair, that name's stupid. So that name is stupid for 2 reasons. One is that it's backwards. It's Tenkaichi Budokai, World Martial Arts Tournament, whatever they want to call it. Strongest under the heavens. But like they took the 2 words from the Japanese and they put them backwards for the games. The second is, it's not even the game's title. They just changed it because they already had a Budokai series and they thought that American audiences would buy it more if they thought it was related, which it isn't. And they were right. Like, I didn't know they weren't related until I started watching Dragon Ball again and started reading about the old games. I was like, wait, those aren't the same series? No, they're not. It's called Sparking, isn't it? Oh, they've gone back to... They're actually going to call it Sparking over here now. Yeah, no, it was always just the Sparking series. That's what I learned a couple months ago. And it really annoyed me to learn that. Which is funny because I'm also the guy that doesn't want Yakuza to change its name back to Like a Dragon. But in the end of the day, it's not about fucking a consistent standard with me. It's about how I personally feel arbitrarily on any given topic, and how I wish that everybody in the world felt the same way so that nothing would ever be disagreeable. So some things I want to change, and other things I don't. And it really just boils down to tiny, minuscule motive changers as opposed to any sort of solid standard. Which means it's almost impossible to predict what I'm going to think when it comes to game names. Sparking 0. Okay, well maybe don't call it 0 if it's number 4. So that's dumb. Unless it's a prequel, but what the fuck would that be? A Dragon Ball game instead of Dragon Ball Z? I think that would be a bit limiting. Anyway.
A devil child, one who tried to steal from us.
You got those two who are arguing with each other. Silver, Wrath, and then Kaga, who's everybody is calling Korga for some reason, even though that's very clearly an A. Like, they're pronouncing it like it's K-O-R. It's very, very much not.
Here goes nothing.
You just call her bitch. Fair enough.
Forest rose with claw and tooth to tear the darkness from its roots. The mural depicts druid and beast fighting together to drive monsters from their land. It looks like they were victorious, and yet the monsters have returned.
It is funny how the druids are depicted this way. Like, druids... I have a habit of not liking druids. I have a habit of not liking nature people in fiction. Like, Gridania and the Elementals are a good example of this. Like, you know, I'm all for protecting the environment, right? Like, that's an important thing in the real world. But fantasy nature depictions, I don't know what it is, but they tend to make them insufferable. It's not necessarily the nature part that's the problem, it's just the characterization that these characters are given. There is one druid in the Baldur's Gate series that I fucking adore, but she's not here. So, we'll see how this goes. Nice hat. Oh, mine? Yeah. No, I picked it up. I picked it up from near the bard lady. It's a cap of curing that's directly bard related. When you inspire someone with bardic inspiration, you effectively give them a tiny health boost. But it also looks sick. Let's see the wellspring plaque.
By claw and tooth from root to thorn, the old oak's grove to wildlings sworn. The mural depicts a ritual, but you do not recognize the deity involved.
What are you talking about? What do you mean a chest? These are plaques. Are you saying you mistook what was on the screen, or are you saying that there's a chest nearby that I missed? Oh, that's where I got the hat from. I don't bloody remember. I just got the hat from nearby. Why was Shadowheart nearly scared? Rats? Is she scared of rats?
Worth a try.
By claw and tooth from root to the mural shows druids claiming the grove in the name of the old oak, Sylvanus, god of nature.
If I were a god of nature, I'd change my name away from Silver Anus.
No one back home will ever believe this.
Logbook
Seems
12,
simple
1371. This hefty book is labeled 1371 and stamped with an elegant stag against a dark green background. 6 Uktar. Sent 2 druids, some of the newer recruits, up north. Village there has had 2 years of failed crops and are unlikely to survive the next winter. 9 Uktar. A group from Baldur's has arrived. They've set up camp on the edge of the forest. 2 bears and a fox came by. Their territory has been burned out. Half of the fox's cubs died, paying this new group a visit tomorrow. 10 Uktar. Visit did not go well. After telling me where to shove it, they said they'd cut down half the forest and burn out any wildlife that dared to stick around. Claimed they were going to farm the land and make a new city of their own. Time to get creative. 12 Uktar. Mudslide did the trick, buried half their farming equipment and made the rest useless. They won't be back any time soon. Got reports of a red wizard in the village south of here, sending 3 rangers to investigate. If they catch even a whiff of a red cloak, I'm contacting the House of Sylvanus. Sadly, I don't think it's going to be Edwin. Water Davian cheese wheels and cheese wedges. Nobody cares if I steal the cheese? The rats might. They can fucking live with it. A tin plate and a tin cup worth $2. I think you can keep those. How are the rats?
A devil child.
The rat doesn't respond. It simply bares its teeth.
Is that because I stole the cheese?
The rat watches your movements but does not speak.
Or are you all secretly druids?
The rat glares at you, but says nothing.
I am genuinely wondering if it's because I took the cheese.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Can't be bothered going through reload. Silver.
Another stranger come to vex me. What will you do? Hunt me? Grab my tail? Shout until my head hurts?
Well, who's been pestering you? I can teach them a lesson.
Silence. Your help is not required. Not by me, at least.
Right then.
Leave. You are not wanted here.
Oh boy.
No traps, please.
Wicker chest. Cup and a knife. Again, not worth enough to bother filching. Fallen plaque, and it's red. Why is it red? But the others aren't. Let's quick save and take a look.
The towers seized, the battle done. The moonrise broke the darkest one. You recognize the mark of the dark goddess Shar on the broken helmet. This army marched in her name.
So many dead. Sent to the Night Singer's embrace.
Moonrise must be a reference to Shar's divine sister, Selûne.
Saloon's one of the good ones, right? Rashad, the monk from Enhanced Edition, was a
That mural.
Selûnite.
They look like Dark Justiciars.
Justicias? You mean Justicars? But with a extra I put in to make it harder to say?
In darkest hour, a concord made, twixt harp and wild against the shade. Harp and wild. A riddle to some, but you understand the meaning immediately. The druids turned to the harpers for help. Unusual for such a territorial group.
Well, there was a harper druid once. She's not depicted here, is she? Doesn't look like it. And that's it. That's all the plaques that we have in this first area. There's 2 others that we could reach. But specifically, we should speak to the druids that are here. In ascending order of importance. Well, actually, no, let's look at what's on here. Can I... I can stand on their desk. That's funny. Can I read these books without getting into trouble? Yes, I can even read your detailed reports. Someone has written Shadow Curse at the top of this page, and a number of notes below. Trees infected, but still alive. Malicious component to underlying magic. Resists removal, attempts to infect the caster. Range and severity of curse suggests divine origin. Umbral characteristics and vicinity to Shah's temple suggests the goddess herself
Temple of
is
Shah.
responsible.
Where? And what's this about a curse?
You're having an interesting time here, aren't you, Shadowheart? Alright. We'll keep snooping. Paw prints suggest an animal walked across this entry, smudging everything except a few words. Animal scout sent eastern town. Villagers possibly still alive. Violin. A warning to the Sword Coast. People of the Sword Coast, look around you. What do you see? A collection of gods-fearing humans, elves, and
What have they tried to
dwarves?
steal from us?
Or an infernal corruption of that divine image? Tieflings, wearing their devilish heritage for all to see, walk among us as if they didn't owe their existence and allegiance to the lords below. These hells-touched peoples have infiltrated our cities, our organizations, even our families. They can claim to be good all they wish. Would you believe the tiger who looks at you with dripping fangs if he said he ate nothing but vegetables? No, we can see their true nature plain as day. But they are not the only evil infiltrating our world. All around I see Drow, Dweagar, and other creatures of the Underdark strive for acceptance, but why should you accept them when their brothers raid our countryside and steal our children? Obviously, I am not saying they should be cast out. Obviously, I am not saying we should return these delinquents to the Underdark and drive the Tieflings back to the hells they came from. But be wary of these people, my friends. Be suspicious when you see them, and especially suspicious when you do not. Shame this letter isn't signed. Turn it over, and it just has Vote One Nation written on it. No. Sadly not. Study of the Sword Coast. A scrap of a larger map fastened to the page with fragrant sap. Someone has written, "Tainted by curse," above the lands to east, beyond the mountains, on the road to Baldur's Gate. Ooh, that one's forbidden. That one's a forbidden read. Tell you what, I still want to fucking read it. But there's a man right there staring directly at it, so I think we're going to get caught straight away. Tell you what, I'm going to quick save. I'm going to read it. I'm going to screen cap the fucking image, because it's going to pull us out, and then read the screen cap. I refuse to let something go unread. Here's my print screen button. Alright, Grove Annals.
Let's keep your hands to
Oh,
yourself.
they don't even let you in. Come on.
Tempers are right.
Really? It's because he's right there, isn't it?
Not everyone subscribe.
Holy shit, he's actually hiding.
Not everyone subscribe.
Ready or not,
Not everyone sub.
let's keep to the shadows.
He's basically hidden now. Oh, no he's not.
Time for discretion.
Stop looking at me.
Let's go.
Yeah, now he's looking over there. Here, someone else do it. You.
Let's get on with it. No time to waste.
Turn off the candles.
What will the tieflings want?
Whoa, hey, whoa, that's not what I wanted. There's now a second entire dude right here staring at it, so that's not helpful.
Unseen as I was taught.
I don't know who Olodan is.
We have
What are the fucking
right to
rats?
defend
Can
our
see
home.
me?
None shall see me.
Tempers are right.
My word. If you want to read your report, it's not that hard. I'm not taking anything. Try and get Mage Hand to throw it over here.
Someone there? Neither seen nor heard.
Got it.
Tempers
Nope.
are rising.
Fuck.
It's clear not everything you find is at your disposal.
It's got the second page too, so I don't actually know how to do this. Not in the split second it gives you before it interrupts you. I don't like this system. Like, I'm sure it can be beaten, but so far my experience with, like, attempting to actually use stealth is, like... It's mostly the fact that nobody moves. Like, the system doesn't work because they're always staring at the thing you want. Like, they don't go anywhere.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
So the thought I had was, what if
We
this
have a
tossed
right
it
to
somewhere
defend
more
our home.
acceptable?
I don't want to kill anyone, but I won't let this grove be harmed. Not again.
They don't like the Mage Hand. Oh, you fucking picking it up? Well, okay, but then we could pickpocket it and then it's ours.
What a day.
Of course, you're standing directly behind him. Could the Mage Hand maybe go over there so that the angry dude is watching it? Yeah.
Well, hello.
Don't come back. Fucker!
No one stopped me yet. Very well.
Bring it with you.
Ridiculous. We just let her run off.
Oh, disappeared.
child. A
Careful,
devil
I
child.
bite.
One who tried to steal from us.
Yet she failed. That's what matters.
It's... I'm in two minds of, like, is this good or is this bad? Like, it's more... The depth is interesting, but the specifics are a pain. Anyway.
Leave no trace. The softest touch.
Well, don't go that way.
Step carefully.
Take the book. Dear God, does he not have it anymore? Did he put it back? No. It disappeared.
Into the shadows. Let's have a rummage. What a generous pocket. A little souvenir. Quick and easy. Almost too easy.
Just for that, I'm having your whole inventory, bitch. No, I still want this book, and I don't know where the book went, so let's go back to before we ruined everything. I suppose if he hides and can, like, actually steal it, then we can read it when we like, but... I continue to be annoyed. Someone asked about Bard performance. That's a thing, yeah. The power went out, but you have internet on your laptop. That's very strange. Like, you should be able to use the laptop, sure, but internet that's weird.
Is that blood? No. Never mind.
Now, where is the performance button again? Here it was. It's the one that looks like a bear trap to me. Everybody goes over there.
Let's prowl.
Of course, Kaga is now looking this way, and...
On tippy toes. Be very, very quiet.
just sees me every time.
Like a wraith. Let's prowl.
So this is actually worse.
Ready or not.
All's well that ends. Well, not as bad as it could have.
And by my experience before, it only works like once.
What now?
Leave no trace.
Come, boy. It's all right.
Yeah, there we go. Yes, I can read Demon Dragon. I did see that written in the thing. This one. In fact, my ability to read is the problem right now, because if I couldn't, then I wouldn't need this. Now, it's the fact that she took her position... It seems to attract them from,
Let's
like,
move.
way far away,
Light
so...
on my feet.
I'll go all the way over here. See if that does it.
Moving.
Moves everybody. Absolutely fuck you.
Just like old times.
Spotted by Pinter. Is that not a fucking rat?
On tippy toes. Be very, very quiet.
Oh, that
You've
was
been caught mid-robbery.
fucking obvious.
Your next move had best be a careful one.
Alright then. Well, we do need to get rid of the guy sitting there.
All right. What now?
You're the problem. I need to stand so that you don't turn. But I also need to grab him.
Best be on my way.
I suppose I could go here.
Watch your back.
That didn't get her. That's good.
To the shadows.
It's fucking rats again, good lord. It's also the wolf, but I don't know that he gives a fuck.
On the hunt. Neither seen nor heard.
Your light fingers were too heavy
Just fucking
this
all
time.
turn around!
You've been caught.
Presumably because of the fucking animals. Like, is there not a role here? Would it not be more interesting if it was, like, made possible instead of so very, very system-reliant? Like, it should be a role, not... you have to somehow, with your very, very limited abilities, move the eyesight of every single person in the room who aren't designed to give you an opportunity.
Let's keep to the shadows.
Like, this feels very poor right now. Especially because it's like marching in real time. Steal the fucking book. And then after that, they immediately notice something's gone, and then they start questioning you. Like, that's the part that's really, really annoying.
I've got a long road ahead. Moving ahead.
Yeah, get out of there, good God. Well, I'd like to keep the book. Where is it?
Keep a blade close.
Can't give up now.
Seriously, where is it? There is it. I really wish that when you moved things, like if I do this, right, like you can see it, the locket.
Your stealing has
Oh,
caught someone's attention.
fuck off! No, it didn't!
What will you do?
Like, you may as well not actually make anything that is considered steal. Like just don't make it interactable if you're going to do this. Like, there's no point when it is this miserable to actually accomplish. Like, this isn't fun. If quick loading was faster, maybe, but... Because, like, the stealth check is constant real-time rolls that will eventually fail. That's not how it works in tabletop. You stealth check as often as the DM wants you to, which is usually within reason. Like, twice, maybe. Once for hiding and once for nabbing the thing, and then once you've done it, it's done. Now, for the love of God, leave.
Let's be quick.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
Apparently we're still performing. So that's weird, because when I choose to move, I stop performing. But anyway.
How delicious.
No time to rest.
Okay, Grove Annals. A daily record. The initial entries rendered in tight scribbles. The Fading, 14th day. The Elturians, for of Elturel they are, even if that city rejects them, have largely recovered from their ordeal. The physical aspects, at least. Zevlor is still set on Baldur's Gate, though I plead with him to wait. The grove remains undisturbed, but the forest around has grown dark. Leafall. Leaf fall, second day. Our grove grows. Adventurers in search of an artifact in the nearby ruin. I should steer them away, but if it's what they suspect. Perhaps there is a way to push the darkness back and make the roads safe once more. They'll need a guide. Here, a neater hand takes over, the chalk still fresh. Uktar, year of 3 ships sailing, 1492, Dale Reckoning. Master Halsin, first of this circle, has not returned with the mercenaries. They report a significant goblin presence in the area. Mistress Kaga, second of this circle, has turned the Grove archives over to me. The first event to be noted, her ascension to the position of First Druid. Sylvanas send that we are both but stewards, awaiting Master Halsin's rightful return. Servant Aron.
Why did you...
At the ready. Seems like a good moment to talk.
Please leave. Our hospitality has limits, and they were crossed long ago.
Is that because of the stealing, or is that just their general demeanour?
A devil child. One who tried to steal from us.
What, that stealing?
Yet she failed. That's what matters.
Yeah, it's the successful thieves you gotta watch out for.
What will you people want next? Letting the Hellchild go was a mistake. Oh, leave me. I detest the smell of sulfur. Oh, leave me. I detest...
I assume you don't say that to those of us that aren't tiefling.
What will the tieflings want next?
No.
Please leave.
He still says that.
Never a dull moment, if not over.
Wrath
then
was the
through.
kinder one.
You did well to speak up for the girl. That snake is fickle. A tragedy prevented.
And if I hadn't spoken up, what would have happened?
Nothing befitting a child. Nothing befitting any of our world's creatures. We've let a snake replace our leader. She will see the tieflings driven out, or worse.
How did she take over the whole grove?
She is first druid in Halsin's absence. With him caught or dared by goblins, none may gainsay.
But more will die if her ritual is finished. I doubt those exiled by the right will survive long outside.
Don't know why you cut off your own sentence there, but gainsay her was what you were trying to say. The only bad part about this dialogue history is it doesn't have an audio button to replay the file. If no one's looking for Halsin, I could. I'm going to be going out there anyway. Yeah, we can trade with you.
Would you? I would give anything to see Halsin return home.
I'd like a more solid offer than anything. No need to fret. I'll find him.
Sylvanas' blessing upon you, and my gratitude as well.
I actually like this one, so...
Halsin is an elf with the presence of a bear.
Oh, yeah?
He left west with the adventurers.
You won't mistake the first druid for anyone else.
Come, Silver. Here.
I wish I could offer more assistance. For now, I must keep a close watch on Gorga.
I hope to see both you and Halsin again soon.
Weirdly, now we can't trade.
Leave.
Go on. Say it. You think I'm a monster?
No, I think you're a bitch. Only a monster would threaten a child. Honestly, I just wanted to see what would happen. The fuck? I mean, the only non-shitty response is number 1 here, even if it's more aggressive than I'd want to be. Because, like, 2 sucks.
Yes, you would say so. I know your kind. You see only villains and victims. A viper bears her fangs defending her brood. I call her mother. You call her monster. No matter. I took back the idol of Sylvanas, and the right is resumed. We will seal the grove, free from harm. free of intruders.
Reach for your weapon. God, you really can just kill the druid leadership, and there'd be writing for that. You could just slaughter the grove, go outside, no doubt get into even more combat because there's more druids out there, and then go to the tieflings and be like, well, it's your house now, and they'd probably thank you, but like not super duper thankfully, like they'd probably be a bit weirded out by it. Zevlor believes his people will die on the road.
And mine perish if he stays.
Why is that?
You showed great mettle at the gate. The mettle of a skilled sword for hire.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to provide your services to Zevlor. Offer to guide the Outlanders out of the grove. I'm sure they'll reward you well. They're to be gone before final prayer. If they are not, the Viper must strike.
You will attack them? Seems I'd best speak to Zevlor.
You will do more than speak. This tale ends but one way. With the Outlander rot cleansed, and the grove forever shrouded.
They do want to go to Baldur's Gate, it's just that they can't because there's fucking goblins out there that will kill them, right? Save the first druid? I don't know about that. Let me save Donabella. Oh, Halsin, the first druid. Right, okay. Sorry, I thought you meant Bitchface, the first druid. So we don't necessarily... So here, like, there's layers upon layers here, because we can just leave this conflict. We can go back to Zevlor to report what she said. But we could also not do that. We could go after Halsin instead. And if we do, things will probably be a bit more reasonable up in this grove. Going to Zevlor, meanwhile, might just cause a fight. Or it seems like we could maybe muscle him into leaving, if we wanted to do that for some reason. Or we could save the goblin. In fact, we could do several of these things. Like, I am thinking of escorting the goblin out, not to necessarily betray the druids, but to get to the goblins' camp. Like, obviously, you know, as far as the game is concerned, like, the goblins' camp's just over there and we'll be able to find it easily. But in terms of, like, in-universe, it's probably the smartest way for this band of adventurers to find their way there, right? And then they can solve the other problems. Or you can just fucking start killing people. Though I imagine that would be less satisfying. Like, as much as killing Karga might sound really satisfying, like, quest development satisfying in terms of, you know, going to all the places and doing all the content. Nettie's over there, that's another step. And then up here, what was it, servants' quarters? Yeah. Oh, there's more books, hopefully ones that are welcome to read. As much as I'm collecting, I don't need to own the physical and steal a bunch of stuff and get into trouble, so, like, I am just oh god, of course it's red to read. Why is it red to read? That one isn't. Interwoven prayers and incantations snake across one side of the page. Written on the other are instructions for performing the Rite of Thorns. When the prayer is complete, thorns and bramble rise from the earth, protecting from harm all who chanted it. Investigate Karga. The Rite of Thorns is dangerous magic. Why is Karga so determined to do this? We should investigate. Oh, that's interesting. So this is the ritual they're doing. It doesn't necessarily say, hey, this is super dangerous. I mean, yeah, creates a shield of sorts, but we knew that. That's right. That's not mind-blowing, I don't think. Marcoral is here. Can we... We know he leaves. We know he goes back to the middle, and I think when he does, I can just read this. Because nobody's here, nobody's watching. Could also possibly read the stone tablets. And these ones. And these ones. Quick saving. Keep fucking walking, buddy. He's not looking. It should be okay.
Not everyone subscribes.
It isn't fucking
to what
okay.
is-
He can see out the back of his head. That's the part that's really shitty. Like, I know I didn't hit hide, but I shouldn't have to. No one's looking at me. You do not need to hide when you are not seen. That's a fundamental tenet of how this thing should work. If you're not going to do a stealth system, don't put stealth checks in your game. Or at least if you're going to half-ass it in player favor, not towards player failure. There he goes. The Elder Circle doth decree the greatest tenets, number 3. 1. The natural order must be preserved no matter its form. 2. Forces that would disrupt the natural order must be destroyed. 3. The Emerald Enclave must offer aid to the weary and injured.
I should mind my step.
Grove artifacts. This tablet catalogues various magical artifacts of druidic nature. One particular entry has been outlined. Idol of Sylvanus, a ritual relic formed from the... Is that a person? Formed from the wood and resin of an oak touched by the forest father himself. Pray to it quietly and reap Sylvanus' blessing and commune with nature. Below the entry a chalked note, snakes across the stones. So much more. More prayer, more power. Rite of Thorns! That's the wolf. Okay, that's fine. He doesn't seem to care. Not sure why. You'd think he would. We've read about the vampire, right? We took a bunch of books, but I'll read them and sort through them when we're not right here. Benji, enough is enough. I am sick and tired of hearing about your precious Emerald Enclave. They claim to be allies of the people in Faerû, that they fight to balance civilization and nature in a chaotic world, but this is lies. They are enemies of progress, of intellect, who would be happiest if the world reverted to a time of outdoor privies and knuckle-dragging proto-folk. Jesus. Please, visit me at the High House of Wonders in Baldur's Gate. The things I have learned during my apprenticeship are simply, well, wondrous. There's the water pumps, no more back-breaking work for a single bucket of water, a steam-powered oxen that can drive your wagon for days on end, even this letter. It was transcribed and printed by our newest mechanized printing press. I had a little fun and printed several copies, just for the sake of it. Please, brother, I cannot bear the thought of coming home to find you picking berries out of a tree and arguing with Mother and Dad over about whether or not their crops impede on Fox territory. Right back soon, all right? And don't forget, Dad's birthday is next month. Love, Abigail. The fact that you call your parents Mother and Dad is interesting. That implies a difference in the relationship. Oh god, Mark Orl's back. Hey. That was actually safe to read. That's why I didn't get done. But he didn't come back and start jacking up about stolen books, so I guess he doesn't notice unless it's like a physical item that's pickable. There's a Kaga's chest back there. Interesting. We want Mark Coral to leave. This place actually looks pilferable because it's unguarded often enough. Stolen books are now forfeit. Well, actually hide Astarion here, because I'm going to go for the chest too, the one that's in full view.
On the hunt.
Scroll of False Life. I think I've had both of these. No, the Evil Eye. Yeah, we've done the Soul Coin one.
Stay low.
And we already picked up the Evil Eye.
Quick and quiet.
Difficulty class 10, total bonus plus 8. I think that's enough. Fuck me then, you miserable shitter. Better. A half-torn note. Faldorn's Canticle. And a bloodstone. Alright, let's get out of here.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Let's not be in this area because we have now taken things. So I don't think
Breathe
Karga's
deep
chest's missing
and
items are
move.
going to be noticed. I genuinely don't. I think that one's actually designed for you to steal it. Because it's part of the side quest that we've picked up here to investigate her. I'm going to stay here. We'll just see if he causes a fuss. But we'll start reading books. Now, Astarion has 2 dud books because I've already got a copy of the Soul Coin one, right? We've seen The Curse of the Vampire. I skipped that one because it looked familiar. We don't have the Soul Coin one. We'll take it, but I know I've read it.
Someone there?
Got a Scroll of False Life.
Still breathing, despite everything.
So, what have we got? Got the Grove Annals. We grabbed that. Stamped handbill was from earlier. The Evil Eye. If one looks at the eyes etched into this cover long enough, they appear to blink. While the number of trinkets and bargains a hag personally acquires means that her powers will be unique compared to that of her sisters, hags as a whole can still be divided into 3 subcategories. Night hags, named as such for their ability to haunt a mortal's dreams, slowly devouring vital essence until the soul can be trapped into the hag's soul bag. They are known for being petty, selfish braggarts. Sea hags, known for devouring their victims whole, sea hags can terrorize and kill with a single look. They reek of fish and are incapable of making a proper cup of tea. Green hags, they are beautiful, they are powerful. Speak not a word against them. Sounds a bit biased. A Brush with Evil, on hags. Part of a series examining some of Faerun's most infamous creatures, this exploration on hags remains one of Soot's most popular works. An excerpt from A Brush with Evil on Hags written by Elizabeth M. Soot. It has been too long, dear reader, since we last sat together. I wish it was because I'd been travelling far and wide, working to bring you more tips and tricks on how to triumph over evil. Alas, this was not the case. For I fell prey to a green hag. Worry not, I am alive and well, but I have spent the last 2 years in her service. One day I will share what happened in that darkened cell. But not this day. Instead I come to you with a warning. We have discussed hags before, be they of the night, green, or sea variety, and how they are not to be trifled with. But even with all my research, I never truly understood what it meant to encounter one. Evil beings, hags, rely on magic, deceit, illusion, and even blackmail to lure their victims in. I knew this. I repeated it many times to you, dear reader, but I did not realize their charm, their allure. I did not know I would come to love her. I would yearn to please her. She strung me along, tempting me with my wildest dreams. I thought myself clever, that I would be able to outmaneuver her. I once bested a Glabresu. Surely I could handle a green hag. And she let me believe it. Until she sprung her trap. Hags delight in suffering, priding themselves on creating new and inventive ways to torment those in their care. And while I have escaped, I spend every waking moment in fear that either her or one of her sisters will come for me, for a hag coven does not let even the smallest of slights go unpunished. And so I rescind my previous guides to dealing with a hag, my suggestions for clever language and deceit. Instead, I offer these words, should you ever encounter a hag. Run. And pray she does not follow. I think we have this one. The Mortal View Eyewitness Accounts of the Ballspawn Crisis. We do. Missives of Candlekeep. Do we have this? We don't. A select collection of the most notable letters sent from Candlekeep. Many are dry reports of celestial movements or incomprehensible details of arcane rituals. However, this letter catches your eye. To the Sage Elminster. Over the past year I've delivered many of your letters to Master Gorion, so I wanted to be the one to deliver this sad news. Alas, he is with us no more. Gorion and his ward left Candlekeep soon after your last letter to him arrived. They departed in the middle of the night, but were waylaid shortly after on the road to Beregost. The gate warden tells me that Gorion saw to it that several of his attackers joined him in the next world before he was struck down. I hope this brings you the same grim comfort it brings me. Of his ward, there was no sign. In some better news, I received your letter to the That's not true, actually. His ward came back to the Candlekeep gates. He just wasn't allowed in because he didn't have a fucking book on him. Several times he tried to come back in, shouting, hey, there's monsters everywhere. My protector's fucking dead. We're in hell. The world is out to get me, and I'm alone, level 1, in a forest full of bears, and 2E combat is not fucking kind to level 1s. And they said, no, our special rules is you're not allowed to enter the gates unless you bring a book. You gotta give us a book. We're a famous fucking library, and the price of entry is a book. Do you know why I collect books in this fucking game? Trauma! I mean, canonically, he did not attempt to re-enter Candlekeep. But in some better news, I received your letter to the library and was able to find much of the material you requested. It has been carefully secured and will travel with this letter. Yours in honor, Tristan P. Shale, librarian at Candlekeep. P.S. I hope you'll forgive my curiosity, but might I ask, why do you need so much information about Ballspawn? What exactly are you working on there? That seems a bit sus. No, I want this one. Now, Faldorn's Canticle, the Shadow Druid's Doctrine. Faldorn is a companion in Baldur's Gate 1. She's not very important, she's not very interesting, but she's an evil druid. She's a shadow druid. Strictly speaking, I think she's still true neutral, but like she subscribes to the darker aspects of nature, and she's at direct conflict with the quote-unquote good druids that you encounter. I think in the first game has like very little NPC story development, so like it has like 30 companions, and the only characterization they get is when you first meet them, and that's it. So there's not much to it. But in the second game, she's an enemy, I think. And the two druids that you have in your party, I don't think Jaheira relates to her, but the other druid in that game, I think, is like directly opposed to her, and you have to like fight her as part of his quest, or it might have been hers. I don't know, but either way, it's a familiar name, and she's bad news, and she's dead. The book's spine is limber from overuse. The corner of one page is folded inwards. Balance is a myth. Where any clan treads, nature struggles. Unity is a fiction. Men of mere flesh seek only to tame beast and raise flora, not pay installation costs for their fucking engine. Sorry, that was a different Unity. We are the thunder. And we are the rain. We shatter mankind and grow new life in its place. So that being in Kaga's private chest is, damning. But let's read this half-torn note. The marks crisscrossing the page don't look scribed so much as slashed. Kaga, swamp docks, tree, meet me, alone. Olodan. Sorry, that's the name of one of her rats. Isn't it? I found a note addressed to Kaga that mentioned a meeting in a swamp. Fuck is she up to?
Another step forward.
Look. Olodan. He's right here, right next to her. But he's a rat. Or at least this Olodan is a rat.
I should speak up.
The rat watches your movements, but does not speak.
I'm going to talk to her, but I'm probably not going to push the conversation, because I assume there's going to be a dialogue option for, hey, we know all your secrets, and I assume that if I press it, she's going to attack me.
Why are you here? I sent you to Zevlor.
That's right, must be born of powerful magic.
The right of thorns. It is the Tree Father's gift that none come to harm. When we speak the final prayer, the great vine will sprout forth. The grove will be cloaked in bramble and thorn. No one enters, no one leaves. Sanctuary.
Where fears and
None of this can happen while
melt
outlanders
away.
infect us. Sylvanus demands that we choke them out.
Have you spoken to him directly about that? Do you have a sworn affidavit, or am I to conclude that you're giving me religious excuses? Where's your healer, by the way? I've got a worm in my brain, and I'd like it gently removed.
Nettie, yes. She's bumbling about somewhere. But if your treatment is meant to outlast the rite, you'll be removed with the rest.
I'd like to see you try that. Admittedly, she'd have a good shot at it because she's level 6. But, you know... Well, no, level 5. I've killed a level 8, what's his... demon guy. Devil, probably. The rest of them are level 3s. Wrath's level 4. Yeah, we probably wouldn't have a great job if we went for them like that. There was nothing secret over here, was there? Looking at the, traversable path marked, it's seeming like the answer is no. There's that there, but I don't know what that is. Doesn't seem like there's anything there. Druid's Chambers. Move the camera so I don't hit the door. On antidotes, I can read this. Yeah, let's not think about the mind flare. A deep crease in the spine makes the booklet fall open to reveal one recipe in particular. Neat writing in the corner marks it as an antidote for all known potions. This is it. The recipe that made me decide to publish my notes. The story might not interest you, but I shall record it for posterity. Feel free to skip to the actual recipe. I was sitting in the elf song, sipping my usual hot cocoa, the heat soothing the pain in my scaleless hands. A small child, human, stumbled through the door, sick as a dog. All the other patrons seemed like they wanted to help, but nobody could pay for an antidote for a stranger's child.
It's messy, but we'll fix you up.
Shut up. Meanwhile, the ingredients were just lying around in the kitchen. Every single one of those people could have saved that child, but only I knew how. It felt like a crime. Recipe for 1 bottle of antidote. You need salts of mugwort, suspension of bullywug trumpet. Slowly trinkle the salts into a suspension, stir clockwise until the concoction's consistency turns almost chewable. It might turn slightly green, but this is purely aesthetic and has no effect on the antidote itself. And remember, when in doubt with alchemy, just recall the rule of 3. Take one, then another of the shit, put it all together, and it forms a bigger bit. Speaking of, did we actually make shit yet? Suspensions. Only got 1 Murgrass. I can make dagger root. Can make lots of mugworts. Make a rogue's morsel. So yeah, we can start to make things now. We can make a potion of healing. We can make an antidote. We can make a greater potion of healing, actually. I'm not keen to actually make things until I have a purpose. You know what I mean? Like, I'll make the parts. I wish these were sorted better. Because there's usable items, and then there's the mid-step. There's the suspensions, the salts, the ashes, the essences, right? Okay, no, they are the second half, aren't they? Okay, that makes sense. It's just that, like, when I'm looking for ashes, my eyes sort of go to the top. You can sort by name, or you can sort by recently added. But I do think that they should be category divided and then sorted by alphabetical, right? Like, ashes should be here. Elixir, coating, elixir, grenade, then potion is how that should be, not what this is. Anyway. Cauldron of Boiling Theriac. I like how we're just constantly allowed to steal the alchemical ingredients. Like, that very clearly belongs to the alchemist who is here, but nah, we'll just take it.
What's that?
Something over there.
What? Oh. Stone slab. Locked. Nettie isn't looking. Nettie's gloves. They don't appear to be magical. Druid notebook. Readable for free. This is an ancient notebook whose ink is faded and starting to crumble. It's not easy, but some words can still be made out. Ketheric is finished, but it cost us the land. Darkness has fallen, corruption is everywhere. Chased by shadows, picking us off, druids and harpers alike. Our wounded were safe, I returned, searching for survivors. Lost, but I found his shade. I put it to rest and took his glaive. Blade infused with shadow. I have locked it away, to serve as a reminder that even victory can taste bitter. A history of oral sex in Faerun. No, sorry, oral histories of Faerun. The Spell Plague. This book is comprised of several chapters, one for each cited source. It claims to contain first-hand transcriptions of the oral histories of several storytellers throughout the realm. Chapter 25. Cornelius and Tumelius Worthywart, halflings encountered on the Golden Road south of Innerlith. I met the brothers, or rather they found me, in the lower path through the Firesheer Mountains. They had encountered a trail of golden discs along the path and had resolved to gather and return them to whatever fool had more coin than common sense. It was to our mutual embarrassment, then, that I removed my cloak to reveal my patchwork yellow hide. It was molting season, I explained, and a traveller on the road had not the luxury to shed their scales in private, as would be proper. I suspect they knew too little of Dragonborn to be appropriately disgusted, and instead invited me to sup with them. Over a roadside fire, I learned of the purpose behind their journey. Cornelius. Luiren, my lad, our ancestral home. It was lost during the Spell Plague. Tumelius. Wasn't nothing lost, Con. It's not Nan's lucky Nashers, is it? It sank. C. Wasn't I there when the blue fire took it? Sure, what do you remember? You were knee-high to a gnome. T. I remember you crying. Maybe it was you that sank the place, going back to finish the job. C. Watch that lip, lest I flatten it. Only a fool speaks ill of his homeland. Their brows were bristling dangerously, and so I diverted hostilities by speaking of my own people's ancestral home, the blighted world of Abir, the 1,000-year tyranny of dragons we lived under, until the blue fire of the Spell Plague brought us to this world. Right, another potato? So the Spell Plague sounds like it was a bad thing. She's sort of watching. I don't think I should go for those. The carrots would be stealing, but the mugwort and dagger root wouldn't.
Yes?
I did not mean to talk to you for the 74th time. You've also got a traveler's chest. Interesting. A lot of stuff. And yeah, there's that mysterious stone slab.
Nearly there.
Let's save and find out what's behind it.
Neither seen nor heard. Quietly. I can't even see a lot to pick.
Oh.
I can't even see a lot to pick.
Well, then we don't know. But it's clearly some kind of back entrance.
Looking ahead. Time to press ahead.
Oh, she got a wounded bird. I talked to the bird instead of her. Trying to find the click, but... Oh, there, it's above it.
Please. I'm resting.
Something took a chunk out of you. What happened?
The bird says nothing, trying to rest.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you.
The bird says nothing. Only the sound of its labored breath fills the silence.
Take these broken wings and learn to fly again.
I see you. Just give me a moment.
Which Mormont do you want? Jorah? Lyanna? I'd recommend Lyanna, she's better. We'll wait. Excuse me, I'm more important than some bird. Yikes.
This may be captains. There. It's up to her now. Life or death. Now, what was it you needed?
Healing.
I do what I can. For most folks, that's enough. Come here. Let's have a look at you. You seem healthy enough. A bit tired around the eyes, maybe.
No good way of putting this. I have a tadpole in my head.
A tadpole? A mind flayer tadpole?
What other kinds are there? It's not like a frog hopped in my eye.
That's a serious condition.
No
Come,
shit.
Follow me. I might be able to help.
If she fucking tries to kill us.
We need to be quick. This way.
Lae'zel, how do you feel? I feel sus.
Speak.
You look very silly in the hat. Oh, she opened it. There you go. The library.
There's something in that vessel. Take a closer look.
Dream visitor.
This one had
What?
the same problem as you.
What the fuck?
Attacked us in the woods together with some goblins. Tadpole crawled out of his head soon after.
Looked like a Starion. But a drow. So you killed him and laid him out on the table? Is everyone being captured by mind flayers these days? I didn't think it was that common of an experience. Please don't stab me with that.
Rather too common as of late. At least that's what Master Halsin suspected. I pity you got me instead of him. He understands these things. Studied them.
All the more reason to go
Still,
get him.
We have options.
Do we?
You don't have to be here for this.
Oh no, we all have
I will
them.
remain. I have a vested interest in the outcome.
All right. Let's see what we can do.
What's that plan? Will it help?
She shifts uneasily, hesitating. Something's off.
It might. But first things first. Tell me about your symptoms. Have you noticed anything strange happening?
What aren't you telling me?
I'm telling you everything you need to know. Believe me on that. I want to help you, but I can't unless you work with me. So, has anything unusual happened to you?
Telepathy?
Victims can identify each other. Not that the others know they're victims, of course. How'd you pick up the parasite? Halsin was desperate to find where all this was happening.
Well, I didn't pick it up. It was given to me.
A mind flayer ship? But Master Halsin was sure. Look, you've been straight with me, so I'll be straight with you. You're dangerous. If you transform here, we're all dead. But you seem like a good soul. You deserve a chance to save yourself.
Thank you.
This is a vial of wyvern poison. Swear to me, you'll swallow it if you feel any symptoms.
Thought you could cure me. What about that branch?
The thorn? Coated in a fatal toxin. It was a last resort, in case I couldn't trust you.
And since
I
this
don't
game
have a
is this
cure.
game, I assume there's a...
Only a way out.
There's a...
I'm sorry for misleading you, but I had to be sure you weren't a threat before I told you everything.
I imagine there's a way to get
Now,
her to stick you with that.
Do I have your word or not?
Shh. Alright, hand it over.
Swear it.
Fuck. Bollocks! Wank! Good enough? Fine.
I hope it doesn't come to that, but thank you. Here. You know, I've spent my life treating folk and never once saw a mind flayer infection. Then suddenly, there's dozens of you. Maybe more.
Might have something to do with
Master Halsin
the...
and I were tracking them, studying them, trying to figure out what the hells was going on.
Yeah. It might have something
Because
to...
you should all be changing. There should be a small army of mind flayers out there. But you're not. Weird powers aside, you seem perfectly normal.
Maybe it's because a Mind Flayer ship fell out of the fucking sky, lady. Like, the Mind Flayer presence in the area just shot up like a... like a young person whose life took a bad turn and is now currently in a dingy house somewhere. Did you learn anything from the studying you've been doing?
For one, that thing in your head is like nothing we've ever seen from mind flayers. It's one of their worms for sure. But this one gives you powers. Telepathic connections. And it doesn't turn you into one of them. Not yet, anyhow.
So you think it's only a matter of time?
Could be. But there's a lot we don't know. Infected, folks like you, have been converging on an old temple of Selûne. And I've no idea why.
Oh, that sounds fun. How do you think,
Master Halsin heard
Shadowheart?
the adventurers were heading that way. He saw a chance to get answers. Joined on the spot. Whatever he found there, he didn't make it back.
Do you think he's still alive?
I think so. I hope so. I've sent birds to find him, but they can't get close without goblins trying to shoot them down. You, though, you're one of them. Technically speaking, I mean. They won't kill someone carrying their parasite.
Sorry, what do the goblins have to do with the Mind
If you can
Flayers?
find Halsin and get him out of there, we can discover what he learned. And perhaps he can save your life. How's that sound?
So the goblins are at the Temple of Selûne. The goblins are... They also have a new god, don't they? Ah. It sounds like you're making a lot of assumptions that could kill me.
The way I see it, you have two options. Halsin, or that wyvern poison.
Fair.
I don't envy your choice. Truly. But this is the hand fate's dealt you.
And you're sure he can cure me? Of course you're not.
I can't make any promises. This is like nothing we've seen before. But I know this for sure. Master Halsin is the only one close to understanding these things. He's your best bet to survive. Otherwise, that vial's your only option.
All right. We'll find him.
Thank you. It would mean everything to the Grove. To me. I wish I could tell you more. But only those adventurers know what happened out there. All I can say for sure is they all went to the old temple of Selûne. And Master Halsin didn't make it back. Good luck out there. And if things start to go bad, remember the vial. Remember your oath. Take it one step at a time, Nettie. Come on.
Dream Visitor pointed at Mind Flayer Parasite
It'll
Specimen.
take more than a nasty drink to
There's something in that vessel. Take a closer look.
Better a quick draft than Ceramorphosis, nonetheless.
Trade it to the nearest quartermaster for a better weapon. It looks like you could use one.
Funny how he didn't specify that all my friends have the things in our heads too, and, you know. So yeah, Wyvern Toxin. 1d8 damage. I assume that saying we swear we'll drink the poison if we get symptoms is fucking meaningless, right? I hope so. There's a dagger. There's a dissected drow. Lolthsworn. She's left her sanctum open to us, which is nice. Because, yeah, the Dream Visitor wants us to look at something. Can I have the Autumn Crocodile? Oh, God, I didn't want the bag. I guess that was the bag, okay. We got a lot of Halsin stuff here. We have notes on Drow Parasite. We have Halsin's journal. I guess we're allowed to read it because we're going to look for him, I suppose. Our main quest that's not incompleted for some reason, I guess because it's part of Find a Cure. Right, it's a sub thing. Nettie tried to poison us, but we managed to talk her out of it. She made us promise to kill ourselves if we started to turn. So yeah, go to the Goblin camp, we can talk to the Goblin Priestess, that'll work out. We can also find Halsin, which will probably more likely work out. Nettie's like a doctor that won't bullshit you but has no bedside manner. Right, so she's the doctor from Star Trek Voyager, except not as fun. Halsin's journal. Extraordinary happenings. While meditating in the forest, Nettie and I were ambushed by a pack of goblins led by a drow. We had no choice but to defend ourselves. But that is not the extraordinary, or rather disturbing part. On the drow's death, a parasitic creature emerged from the corpse and attempted to escape. I managed to capture it and have the host's cadaver here in my studies. I've told no one of my fears. Nettie suspects, but knows better than to ask. I will investigate further before informing the others. Karga will demand answers I don't yet have. I'd better record any further findings in a separate volume and keep them upon my person, lest prying eyes jump to the wrong conclusions. Why does this exist? This is here so that you know what the drow's story is if you just butchered Karga and had to kill Nettie as well, because presumably she would object to those goings-on. Same as these. Anatomical sketches of both a drow and an illithid tadpole are accompanied by notes written in an urgent scribble. The parasite was nestled deep in the brain matter, illithid, undoubtedly. Yet the host seemed unaware while alive? No visible signs of ceramorphosis on the cadaver. Most strange. The final note is a single underlined word.
Looks like Halsin's our best bet for a cure.
Altered?
We gain nothing by chasing strangers. Only a Githyanki Kresh holds our cure.
I love that there's like 4 or 5 different fucking ways to go for a cure, and they're all competing with each other. Halsin's pipe. Let's not steal. He's not here, but let's not steal. Hastily written note. We might steal the parasite specimen, but...
Take it one step at a time, Nettie.
My dear Nettie, I entrust you with the circlet to open the library. Wear it always. If you need to enter the vault, talk to Wrath. He has the rune, but won't give it to anyone, so be sure you have good reason to ask. Protect my research while I'm gone, and take care of the animals. Don't give fish to Tuffet, she's getting lazy. Master Halsin. I don't know that that would help us, but, like... we're already in the library. So why the fuck does this written in here? The rune to enter the vault, though. What if we pickpocketed around? Take a closer look is what it says. Well, Nettie's not looking at us, so we'll hit the hide button
right now.
The parasite is stubborn. It refuses both to leave or to allow itself to be used as you desire.
Unready. You cannot consume illithid parasites yet.
The parasite is stubborn. It refuses both to
Your
leave
dream
or to
visitor
allow
will
itself
tell
to
you
be
when you can. I'm loading. I'm gonna leave that where the fuck it sits, and if I want it later, I'll come get it later. You went the whole game without even trying to do that. I mean, I quick saved. Like, some people play these games on the honor system, you know? Like, they play the role-playing game, straight. They don't... They commit to their choices. If something seems off, they won't explore it. Me, I always want to find out what happens. I can't! It didn't let me drink the worm! Or are you talking to Blue Moon? Rune of the Eagle. Is that for the vault?
Better be cautious.
Right, there's a missing rune. For the vault.
What path lies before me?
Mugwort, mugwort, mugwort.
Don't want to draw any attention.
We've read Magic of the Weave. I think these might be Death and Resurrection. An excerpt from the ongoing metatext Rebound by the Josefa Elgin. I think we have read this. Yes. Is it in here? Yes. Okay. But this one, Oral Histories of Faerun Gith and Mind Slayers. This book comprises several chapters, one for each cited source. It claims to contain first-hand transcriptions of the oral histories of several storytellers throughout the realm. Chapter 4, Baldur the Swift, 700 years of age, wood elf storyteller hailing from the Wood of Sharp Teeth. It took me several 10 days of quiet habitation in the wood before the venerable Baldur felt comfortable revealing his presence to me. The longer I stayed, demonstrating I was no threat to his health and peace, the more open he was to gentle inquiry. This tale, relayed to me on a chilly morning as we stoked a small fire between us, was like none I had heard before or since. I asked if it were fiction, and he insisted emphatically it was as true as his own right eye. Long ago, before my eyes and ears, before your lonesome quill, dear scribe, there was an empire of people. Or perhaps only belief. An empire of brain-eaters, soul-wasters. They called themselves Illithids, the flayers of minds. The children of Gith were bound, bent in service to the flayers. A passionate people made to serve a cold belief. The flayers were untouchable, their minds a great oppressor. No proud will or passion could break Gith's children free. Until, at last, a reckoning. Its source unknown, its power unproven, but its events history-making. The cowed would not be cracked. Gith's children fought back valiantly, their freedom theirs, the flayers bent and broken. Till today.
Can't slow down.
That's curious.
Another. Is that going to be for the...
Bet I can crack that open.
I can't even see a lock to pick.
Sightings record. Oh, illegal read. But it should be fine in here. A long list of owlbear sightings in the region, separated by date. The latest entry, written a 10-day ago, says, Cub! The word is underlined several times. Now why is that a crime to read? Fringe Philosophy Volume 5. That'll be fun. Disorders of the Nerves and Mind, a treatise. There came to me a woman, whom I shall henceforth call R, greatly distraught at the unusual tempers of her husband, whom I shall henceforth call B. 3 months prior he'd suffered night sweats, crying out from sleep that he bore the mark of chaos. 2 months prior he'd taken to calling himself by the name... Oh, fucking hell. 2 months prior he'd taken to calling himself by the name Saravok. 1 month ago he'd speak of little else but the throne for which he is destined. I attended to B at the couple's farmhouse. He sat calmly at the table, an unloaned book clutched to his chest. I detected no curse, nor loathsome spirit upon him, nor the presence of magic. Yet upon shining the light of candle flame upon him, he raised the book high and exclaimed in the voice of Kevin Michael Richardson, The deaths they bring shall awaken the Father, and through them he will rise! I snatched the book from his hand and flung it into the hearth, where it burned not in red or yellow flame, but pure black. It left but a single scrap, reading, He foresaw his coming death, and seeded his essence across the land. B shivered and sighed as if waking from nightmare. He had no memory of the book, nor the words he had spoken. Diagnosis: unspecified neurotic enthrallment. Treatment: herbal tincture of garlic and drace, sipped thrice daily until exhaustion lifts. Spoiler alert for Baldur's Gate 1. That cure didn't fucking work! The publisher's note claims this volume promotes magical theory too radical for the mainstream. This excerpt is attributed to High Artificer Thora Bryn of Baldur's Gate. I suppose they seek to silence me, believing that an artificer of the High House would not stoop to publish in any volume outside of the great Gondian journals they so diligently guard. But they forget that I am not so grand. Before I lent my name and my knowledge to the High House of Wonders and all the marvels therein, I was naught but a lazy farm girl who liked to look up. And that was how I first saw them. The slow and serene earth motes. Entire mountains migrating through the sky above. It was later I learned of their origins, of the ancient Netherese empire that fashioned them, of the residual magic so potent it sustained them still. The wizards of Netheril carved marvels out of the mundane, lifted the earth aloft for industry, for sport. It was later still, after I earned my place at the High House, that I learned of the long shadow Netheril cast along the evolution of our craft. That their great flying cities fell in folly and flames does not diminish the wonders they wrought. And this stubborn aversion to studying them, to learning what they learned, is the very antithesis of Gond's teachings. Yes, many of the catastrophes inflicted upon the centuries were fruit born of meddling with Netherese seed. Yes, their last shining bastion fell into shadow, their lore twisted to Shar's dark and destructive designs, and yes, I say again, whether the High House will sanction it or no, to study the very flame of creation is worth it, even should the fires consume us. I can see why that's fringe philosophy. Weirdly, the bullywug trumpet is... Why did that say extract? I guess it would not allow me to, because I don't have enough. But you can extract before you pick it up. Another bullywug. Magic of the Weave again. I mean, good, because we've read a lot of books. Scroll of Grease we'll take. They really want you to read soul coins. They really want you to read Magic of the Weave. Okay. That... No, I mean, when I right-clicked it, it let me pick it up or extract it, which is interesting. There's a vault. The temptation to pickpocket a rune from Wrath is pretty high, but I don't know if I'm going to be allowed to. Interesting that this is green now. I can have it, apparently. Thought I was... not allowed before, but I guess I am now. Note that that's a key item. I want to drop these because I've already got them. But I don't want to drop them here because I stole them from the druids. And I'm not sure if that creates a situation where they're like, hey, that belongs to us. Why has it been moved? You took it. Fuck you. This is the wrong way. Yeah, so... It may not be possible to do this vault thing. But... Oh, this is annoying. There we go.
Keep a blade close. Over here.
Everybody moved. Shit. Wait for Markoril to leave. Then nobody's facing Wrath and we could maybe pickpocket him. But I think silver might be an issue with that. How long does it take Markoril to leave? The other alternative is to play music, but I don't know if they'll react to that because they've already heard me play music.
What if they tried to steal from us?
Oh my god, what if they try to steal? No one would do that.
By letting that child escape without consequence. We might as well have lain on the ground and let them trample us.
Go on, get up and go take a look at the servants' quarters. There you are. Okay. I don't like that the dog's right there, though.
Ready or not. Don't look now. Blessed oblivious.
We got it.
What to do? Need to find a way forward.
Can this door not fucking do that, please? I just want to go past it. The druids only care about books. I'd like to shut this though, so that nobody, like, it's guaranteed nobody sees me open the vault. But alas, that was way easier than the.
It's been rifling through the wrong pockets. You sense now would be a good time to clarify if that someone is you.
Then I thought. Are the contents of one little pocket really your top priority? Jesus. Is Astarion the one being talked to here? I think so. Yeah, all my fucking... Difficulty class 15, we have a bonus of 2. I feel... in danger. Let's have a bardic inspiration and a guidance. Possibly even a Eagle's Splendor for advantage on it. It's a level 2 spell slot, but... Fuck it, I think... That's an interesting first-time chat. How do I know you're not a bot? Ah, we can't take both. We can take the advantage. Let's take advantage. Bite my dick. Roll again. Oh, God's sake! I'm not using all of my inspiration of this. I'd rather fucking reload. Well, you asked politely. It's just a strange first interaction. You have to, like,
Someone's been rifling through the wrong pockets. You sense now would be a good
Can we just have a
time to
good roll,
clarify
please?
if
I can't be
that
bothered with
someone
this.
is you.
It doesn't look like any bot script I've seen, but it's always possible it's a new one and you're about to share some sort of Bitcoin shilling video or something. But if it's a clip from the game, sure. Provided it's not a spoilery one. That's better.
You've been given the benefit of the doubt this time, but something tells you next time you won't be so lucky.
Does that mean he turns and leaves, or is he watching us now? Because I'd like to open this vault. Whoever did this might still be here. Yeah, could you be anywhere but here, please? Alright, he's leaving. Very good. That's interesting that he followed us all the way up here.
I'm ready.
Now, she still has one level 2 spell slot. I'd say that was worth it.
What a day.
Granted, we did save scum it, but those rolls were just garbage, I'm sorry.
Let's get going.
How delicious.
Oh. Ah, I see. Rune of the Wolf.
Still alive. So that's progress.
And now, do we turn them all on, or is there going to be some kind of trick?
I'll give it a shot. Have to keep going.
Well, what have we here?
Santa Claus, huh? Ooh, I'm really scared. There we are. Hidden vault! Oh, we do like this. Everything's still thievery, but this place not guarded. Presumably they thought it was guarded enough. They thought wrong. What's in here? $100. Robe of Summer grants resistance to cold damage. It's worth quite a lot. It'd be for a mage, and we don't really have a mage type. So I'd probably turn that into another $250 if I could. There's a druid's note. Oh dear, the table disappears when I go too close to it for some reason. The Emerald Enclave won't send help, even if I asked. This land is wounded and the rot is deep, but it's deep everywhere. I can't wait for help to come. But perhaps I need not face the darkness alone. Sorrow.
The glaive the druid's notebook mentioned. Its owner thought it was cursed.
Sorrow. Rare. 1 to 10 damage. 1d10 slashing. Weapon enchantment +1. Sorrowful Lash. Transmutation cantrip. For every drop of blood spilled, a piece of the soul perishes until nothing remains but regret. That seems not good. Lae'zel, would you like it?
Ignorance breeds madness.
It's not as good as the Everburn blade, anyway.
Let's get going.
Many poisony things, but also antidotes. Scrolls. Potion of animal speaking. Elixir of the Colossus. Drink to increase your size. That sounds like something that you would get. In a,
How much further can I go?
Need something?
Spam email. So the question is, are there consequences for taking all of this stuff? Because I could reload and not do this. I don't think I want the glaive, really. But here we have secret societies of the Sword Coast. Harper's, the most well-known of the Sword Coast's cabals, perhaps, but certainly not benign in its shrouded doings. My sources claim that those belonging to this mysterious faction abhor power, but if that is so, why do they not expose the revelations of their inquiries for the public good? Why indeed, because knowledge is power, and the Harpers intend to keep both for themselves. Shadow Druids, weigh the life of a man against that of a sapling oak. Which do you value more highly? Ask a Shadow Druid the self-same question and be shocked by their answer. This dangerous group utterly disregards intelligent life in favor of the life of plants and insects. Their perversion of the natural order leads them to plan and execute plots so dastardly that the mere description of one would leave you glancing sideways at your begonias. The Order of Claude, the least known and accordingly most dangerous of the secret society I have researched, is the Order of Claude. My sources tell me this shadowy conspiracy of murderers, mutilators, and tyrants regularly meet to plan the demise of any number of innocent citizens of our fair land. What more? They like it. Dark Justiciars. Justicars. I shudder even to inscribe their name upon the purity of this page. I shall leave it at this. They worship Shar. Shadowheart.
I wasn't expecting it, but I'm glad to have some company on this journey.
We do have something to talk about with the murals. That's cool. I was going to take my break soon. Oh. Oops.
Almost pleasant traveling with company. If you...
Speak.
She's less happy to see me. Nobody else has some thoughts about the Nettie stuff? They probably will at camp.
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
I will talk to her, but I was going to take my break. And, yeah, I don't know. We could undo this. Or we could leave it. I'll do a quick save now, but I can go back. Like, my impetus to get in here is to see what's in here more than it is to actually take it and commit to the action of robbing the vault. Do you know what you know what I mean? Like, if I don't know what's in the vault, I need to know what's in the vault. But now that I do, it's like, I could go without. When I come back, I'll either continue from here or reload before the Great Robbery. We'll see. But I'm going to go eat some food, so I'll be back in 15 minutes. We should probably get out of this vault that we robbed, hey? I didn't steal the book. Why didn't I steal the book? We'll steal the book. You can't reach it. It's right there. There you go. A bunch of scrolls, including Featherfall. A whole lot of stuff for potentially Gale to learn and then not use, as he's not in my party, but still. I think I'm going to commit to having robbed it. What we might do is we might go talk to Wrath and see if he hates us. We don't seem to be able to interact with the runes anymore. We can't we can't put it back where we found it, which is a shame. Demon Dragon, you said, knowing what you know, you are biting your tongue hard. Was that about the weapon or about the decision to rob the vault? Because, yeah, we have this weapon. I gave it to you, but... Because what I'm thinking is going to happen once we get Karlach is I'm going to give Karlach this Everburn blade. So Lae'zel might end up with the glaive, but... Sorrowful Lash. It doesn't state that it's cursed, but maybe. What did the journal say? Where was the There was something that mentioned the glaive. But I forget what it was.
All right. What now? Never wanted the easy path.
Any word on Master Halsin?
Do you know where he went?
He and the adventurers were headed to the ruined temple in the west. Master Halsin studied that drow for days, and he was sure something at the temple could help his research.
You pray he was right. Let's talk to Wrath and see if he hates us.
What's up for discussion?
I wish I could offer more. I hope...
Nah, he still likes us. Everything's fine. We can climb up here. And everybody hates it.
Let's see what this does.
But let's let that lie. So now we've basically done everything we can do in this Emerald Grove. We can return to Zevlor. We can investigate the swamp. Where's that? That is not close. That is back this way. Escorting Saza out of the grove. I think we would go to that cave that we found, but did not deign to push through. I think what I would want to do is to go to camp, grab Will, and go over here and see if we can find and meet Karlach before we necessarily go too further out into things. After that, I think I would go for the goblin. Smuggle the goblin out. I'm hoping that this cave will lead us under the grove and out. It might lead us way further than I'd like, but I think that's the next step. And then after that, start exploring out this way further and also out this way. We could talk to Zevlor first, presuming it doesn't lead to a fight. Not with him, but like presuming it doesn't lead to the tieflings and druids fighting each other. If I can tell him what's going on, but not turn it into...
See to your business here quickly.
War.
It's our job to get us out of here safely.
We don't want a war.
It's my job too. The druids don't care
Heartless bastards. They deserve to have the goblins burn them out.
Still not fond of the druids, huh? How are you, strange ox?
Moo.
I'm still just mooing.
No helping it. We're exposed now.
Was there anything else to do with this woman? Because, like, she'd offered to look at us and then we'd said no.
Hello, Petal. Need anything? Any lotions or potions?
We could tell her about the parasite. I don't know if that's a good idea. She seems fucking sus. We're thinking she's the one that paralyzed the lady in the guarded storage place, but we could tell her. Should we tell her for fun, or should we leave? And ignore her. Or we could go shopping, but that doesn't seem... Oh, the crowd is saying tell her. Alright. I need help. I've been infected by a mind flayer parasite.
As you recount your adventure, Auntie Ethel nods along.
Astarion approves.
Her eyes wide.
Maybe he likes grandmothers.
You poor pet. My heart goes out to you, truly. I see no sign of a tentacle yet, but that could change in an instant. You need help. Serious help. I've ne'er a potion or lotion here that could do it, but... Yes, I may have something at home.
At home? My time could be running short. I can't afford to spend it paying a house visit.
I'm sorry, but I can't do much for you here. You could try asking around, but be careful. Most folk won't be as understanding of your little problem. I'll be heading home soon. Here, let me mark it on your map, just in case.
Right?
Now, do you need anything? I have a few odds and ends for sale.
Because, yeah, she's not the same as everybody else here. Like, she's not a tiefling. The only other non-tieflings here are druids, which she doesn't seem to be, and the adventurers, which she does not seem to be. She's got a bucket of money. I was thinking of giving her the, robes of summer. I guess I could give them to Gale. I thought we had green bones. They appear to be less worth it now. Incense as well. Oh, and I'll sell you these books. She's a potion of invisibility. Tell you what, we might grab that. Also has a nice quarterstaff, but we don't have a mage in our go-to party. We're 10 short. Have a dagger and 1 coin. And if I ever really, really need to steal something, a potion of invisibility might help. The quarterstaff actually looks like a whack staff. Natural pugilist. You gain a +1 bonus to... Oh, that's a monk staff. Okay, that makes sense. Well, we don't have a monk.
Be careful on the road. I'd hate if something happened to you. Take care, Petal.
And how is it that you, an old lady with a bunch of mercantile stock, is able to travel around? We have get help from Auntie Ethel now. We met an eccentric old lady in the Emerald Grove. She's confident she could remove our parasites and invited us to her tea house. That is the sussest shit. She is an old, like she is an old witch in the wilderness. She's like a Flemeth. Like, there's no way she's not some creepy old monster. She's down there. There's a lot of shit downwards. But, like, there was no path to the left all the way up to here. But we got fuckloads of places to go. This is good. We're gonna be playing this for so many fucking months, though. What if she's just an actual hag? We did get books on hags, didn't we? So she could just be a hag.
Die if I met a rogue.
Do they shapeshift? Do they, like, just pretend to be human? Any hag I really have experience with is the one in Dead by Daylight. We're going to talk to Zevlor. I saved here because it might be that talking to Zevlor advances things to conflict, but it does say to report to him, so I will.
I heard what happened. Thank you for protecting the child. If the druids are this far gone, then it's not just goblins we have to fear. So we can risk violence here, or face it for certain on the road. Quite the choice, isn't it?
Can you delay the ritual?
You saw what they were willing to do to a child just for trying. It's Korga's influence. Without her twisting things, I believe the druids might see sense.
Then why don't you get rid of her?
A low thought. But I'd be lying if I said I hadn't considered it. But the druids would slaughter us. We'd have to get close to Korga, within striking distance. I can't manage that. But they've already let you pass once.
I'm not a murderer for hire. When I said get rid of her, the option I want isn't there, which is like this her boss is missing, right? We are gonna go out there. We are gonna look for him. Why don't you give us time to do that?
It doesn't sit well with me either. But to get these people to safety, there's nothing I won't do. You'd be well rewarded for the risk. But if that won't sway you, there's nothing more to discuss.
Still says return to Zevlor. We found a note involving Karga.
Yes, of course.
But I think we don't want to advance.
Our time grows short. If Korga won't abandon her madness, then we'll have to try the road, goblins or no.
Because yeah, we can choose to muscle him out, but...
What is it?
We'll leave that one where it is for now. This is the path that leads us up there. To where the Karlak circle is. And I did say I would bring Will for that. I'm gonna get rid of Lae'zel. Because she's the one that I would, like...
Blackest will be done.
Leave gotten rid of. So let's do the weapon swap that I said I would. And take this. And keep that spear, why not?
Still breathing, despite everything.
We'll go back to her if I change my mind, but we'll swap Will in for her. And swap Will out for Karlak, maybe.
Speak.
Go back to camp.
Chuck, you believe you can survive without me?
Yes.
As you say, do not keep me waiting.
I do like that they don't vanish. You do have to watch them leave. But we're going to go to Camp 2. We're not going to rest, because we're full. The only thing we're missing is a single spell slot from Shadowheart.
Don't waste a step.
Doesn't look like people have anything to say right now.
Need something?
No? Would have thought they'd continue to react to events as they unfolded, maybe to the druid stuff, but I guess not right now.
Seems like a good moment to talk.
Well met. That's the spirit.
Join me. And he's got crap gear, but that's alright. I just want him here because I think it'll change how the scene works.
Back home will ever believe this.
But presumably she's in that area if that's where the circle is, or it'll like continue out. But
Swift
hopefully
as my
she's close.
feet can carry me.
Certainly she's further away than the rest of the party members, so they wouldn't delay her too much, I don't think. Lacrissa?
Used to think the goblins would kill us the second we set foot outside. But after hearing what you did at the gate, well, I still think they'll kill us. But at least we can put up a fight.
Not with that attitude. Fight and win!
There's optimism, and then there's stupid, hun. Plenty of us fell to monsters already. I don't see the rest of us lasting long out there. But if you're so sure we will, why not put a little gold on the line?
How are you going to take my gold if you're dead?
Oh, I'm sure you're good for it. Just leave the gold on my corpse. After seeing you at the gate, I'm sure you'll last longer than us.
Okay!
Excellent. And since I ain't one to leave a debt unpaid, that means we're destined to meet in Baldur's Gate.
Hope so.
Looking forward to it. So many ways to die.
Dumb ways to die. So many dumb
I best
ways
see
to
you
die.
in Baldur's Gate.
Is that how you're warding to keep yourself alive because you owe somebody 10 gold? Hey, if it works. Right, so moving on. This might not actually be the path I'm looking for. The Risen Road should be. You can go that way. Ah, there it is. Cragged Rock. Aha! Okay, so there is a path that way too. Let me just check it actually, make sure it's not a dead end. No, don't go back out the fucking... God, I hate it when, like... It's a unique problem to 3D games like this, when they have large objects with large hitboxes, and your camera is positioned in such a way that you are inside the object's hitbox, so that you are basically, until and unless you move the camera, you are just doomed to click on this fucking thing. The same thing happened with that stone door in the druid's place before. Like, we had to turn the camera sideways to get in. It looks like this carries you away, so now that I know it's not a...
Red meat. Now, that's a different place. Rare as can be. Dripping.
Alright, Astarion.
Cure, you won't have any teeth to chew it with soon enough.
I wish that was louder when they had their banter. The main dialogue is fine, but this could be louder. Let me just turn up the volume actually, because my air conditioner... I keep trying to like not have it on, and then 5 minutes later I'm like, oh, it's too warm in here. Uh-oh. Can I not go back? Lae'zel could, right? But she's not here.
My faith protects me.
You have more strength. Could you get over there? Well, fuck off.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times. These boots have seen everything.
We're gonna have to go the long way around, I suppose. Oh god, and there's shit here. I don't really want to do more quest stuff. I want to go to Karlach. When was the last save? In the bloody grove. Now it's saving itself.
People up ahead. Something's wrong.
Well, I guess we're doing this because I don't have a choice. I'm not allowed to go back. Andric, Brynna, Novice of the Absolute, and Edwin, True Soul of the Absolute. Intriguing. Also, we're going to fall on our ass as we drop down there. Fucking hell.
A question for our master monster hunter. How would you approach killing a vampire? Just curious.
Don't know why Will's voice didn't play there. Lure it into the sun and stake it in the heart is what he said. Is there no way to not go prone and lose a HP here?
No one stopped me yet.
You don't have Featherfall, do you? You have Misty Step. I think we decided not to give you Featherfall because we weren't going to be using you much. That is darkly ironic.
Have a lot on my mind. And, well, in it.
Oh, boy.
You're a true soul. You can't die. Please, stay with us.
I don't think he's conscious. Can you hear us, Ed?
His eyes are open and he's moving.
Closer. A strange symbol glows, marked on their flesh, and something within you stirs in response.
Illithid wisdom. I will go where I wish. His wounds look deep. I might be able to help. I don't have fucking Shadowheart because he's still up the cliff.
He's hurt badly, and Owlbear got him deep.
Nice
if
hairline.
there's anything you can do.
I'm watching you.
I know.
The injured man
I
locks
can see.
eyes with you. A familiar squirming churns in your head.
Try to block him out?
Useless. Your minds intertwine. You see his siblings, Andric and Brynna, new recruits. Yours to shepherd.
Protect them. He is a true soul.
Mind him.
He will. He.
Edwin! Ed! Please!
He's with the Absolute now. You're a true soul. Edwin, our brother, he was chosen. Like you. Do you have orders for us? We were reporting to Edwin.
What's the Absolute? That'll go down well.
What? Are you testing us? The Absolute is our goddess. She's going to rip down the old world order, start a new one. Then we'll be the ones with the power. Well, you will firstly, True Soul. You don't need me to explain that.
A true soul, like you, has been chosen by the Absolute. You speak with her voice, and when the time comes, the true souls, you will rule.
Perhaps you can help me. I'm looking for the Druid Halsin.
I don't know any druids.
Really? Because there's a fuck bunch of them just over there. Why are you out here? The wilderness is dangerous.
We know that all too well, sir, but the Absolute sent us here.
We're looking for fugitives, survivors from that ship that crashed farther west of here.
Ha! Tell me more.
We don't know what they look like, but anyone who survived that crash is bound to be injured. That's enough to get us started. The Absolute wants them found. At any cost.
We could tell him, but I think that will just make us not friends anymore. Forget the owlbear. You're still alive. Go.
What? And just leave Ed?
Ed's not here anymore.
I suppose he'd want us to go on. Find a way to honor his sacrifice.
May the Absolute guide us.
Absolutely. Now piss off.
They spoke of the Absolute. Same as that goblin, Sazza. Curious.
Even more curious, I didn't lose the HP. Starion's gonna lose 2. Any way to not lose 2 HP there? Nope. Alright.
Have you wondered what people will say when they find out the monster hunter is becoming a monster?
What? Will's lines just are not working at all.
I've always had a soft spot for the confident ones. They always disappoint though.
We don't know anything about Will yet, Shadowheart. What are you talking about?
Can't give up now.
Yeah, we have auto featherfall from the ship, but then we lose it. Hence everybody taking chip damage from that fucking cliff. I'll piss off.
Strange power resonates within the corpse. It calls to you.
Yeah, I was hoping for a loot, not a conversation with my brain.
Your limbs move of their own accord. There's something of value, something your mind craves.
Oh, bugger me, we're gonna rip it
Why
out of
let
his
its
face, aren't we?
memories go to waste. The tadpole has absorbed it all. Its experience could nourish you, strengthen you.
Force your mind shut. You will not be influenced by an illithid parasite.
Your muscles loosen. The tadpole breaks free of its deceased host. Your mind is your own again. For now.
Was his cheek bursting? Oh, we need to trim those nails. Cheese wheels, sausages, a shaft of a broken spear, money, salami, and more salami. So this man has cheese and then, like, every form of dick-shaped food you could find. Why is the only non-dick-shaped food the cheese wheel? What a strange theme.
Wish I had a bag of holding.
That would be nice. I wondered if this game had those. Judging by the snark of that line, no. He had not yet prepared the cheese. It was TBD, to be dick-shaped. Stunning. 10 out of 10 would toss a loot bag at your feet in disgust again. Right, so we've gone that way, and we'll never go that way again because it's a fucking lie. Let's just skitter back to here and then back to there and then go up to here. I'm so annoyed! I do not want to be here right now. And we had a whole fucking sequence that I didn't want to do. There is a quest marker there, but it's for Sazza, and we don't have Sazza with us, so... But there's some thieves' tools, a grease bottle, and a potion of healing.
These tracks.
What is that?
Goblins?
Oh, this could be... Hang on. If that's right there, this could be the exit to this cavern. This could be the goblins' like secret path, which we should probably clear out. Really. We can go in that way. If we're going to escort Saz up, let's go in the other way. There's also an up there. Which continues. Oh, it probably leads to that hidden cache. We'll come back here when we finish with the goblin. Evidently, because we'll end up there.
I saw you training those children. You were so gentle. That's not how I was taught.
Cruel words strengthen neither heads nor hearts, Shadowheart. Why is he broke? Why is his fucking banter dialogue broke?
I wouldn't quite say that. I learned a lesson, after all.
More goblins. What's next?
Will is just giving us reasons to not include him in the main party. The only reason I need for that is that there's 3 spaces. Honestly, Shadowheart is the first one that I would dump if I had to squeeze someone else in. Like, I know clerics and importance and all, but I mean, I have Healing Word, and I assume as you level up more, it gets even better there. Can we get up here without having to go through Zevlor's? No, we really can't. Not unless we have really good legs. And we don't. Hey Zorro, the scary lady's gone. Can you talk to me now?
How long do you think we've got before the goblins come?
Better not be cursed.
Indefinite, to be honest. I think the amount of time blessedly varies depending on my needs as a player. Your needs, however, are not being considered at all. This isn't Fallout 1. We don't have 150 days to get the water chip or else the game ends. Not that that really was an actual obstacle. Like, that was designed to be so impossibly long that you'd have to deliberately go out of your way to fail that number. I remember before I played Fallout 1, I was like, oh, that sounds so terrible, it would hang over my head, I hate that. And then when I played it, I was like, oh, I did the whole game in like 40 days. That was nothing. Arrow of acid. You know what? That looks like somebody stuck the inanimate carbon rod from The Simpsons onto a stick. And an agate. Shit, maybe I can't go here. God fucking damn it, really? Oh, she is not close, is she? She's there, which means traipsing all around and up and... still want to meet her before I fuck around with a goblin, I guess. Or I could just go back to Lae'zel, I don't know. It looked doable. I don't want to go this way either, because we'll just chip damage them even more. When was the last save? Can I just go back? It's talking to these guys. Well, I could just skip through that, could I not? Ah, but there was a check. Fuck it, just run. Is there a good... No, there's a fast travel right there. I'd use that. It's the first time we've actually used the fast travel. How far away? Let's just get Lae'zel back, because the point was to swap to him right before we reached the area, but now the area appears to be way further than I expected, so yeah, we'll swap back.
What's up for discussion?
Well met. Are you sure?
Yep.
The blades and just...
The damned stand ready.
Speak. It is done.
For most of the first act, you thought you had to... Oh, so it was like point-to-point travel, like an aetheryte shard? Yeah, thankfully not. We will pop up and grab this thing then if we've... Wait, hang on. This way. Where are we? Oh, we went down too far. Yeah, it's... Discoveries like that should be relieving and joyous, because it's like, oh, wow, the rest of the game is going to be so much simpler. But I find that your feelings are always overwritten by how annoyed you are at yourself for not noticing this incredibly obvious thing that would have been helpful before. It's like the opposite of sunk cost. It's unclaimed benefit, you know? It's like... You weep for every minute you spent walking to a stone that you cannot undo. Dragon egg mushroom. My problem with the alt key to help you see things on the map is that they don't properly indicate the actual space, because what it does is it highlights the label, it doesn't highlight the item. And the label is next to the item, it's never on the item, and this is not how most of those systems work. Generally, the highlight toggle highlights the object, and maybe labels it. Anyway, the cache is up here. Doesn't look like we can see or spy anything else. There's a drop down there if we want to hurt ourselves very badly. We don't. I believe this is a Harper cache. We found a Harper notebook detailing it. What the shit?
My, what manner of place is this? A path to redemption? Or a road to damnation? Hard to say, for your journey is just beginning.
Hi?
What would suit the occasion? The words to a lullaby, perhaps. The mouse smiled brightly. It outfoxed the cat. Then down came the claw. And that? Love. Was that? They do know how to write them in Cormyr, don't they? Well met. I am Raphael. very much at your service.
Am I talking to a mouse or a cat?
Neither. The fox, rather. Hiding, in a word. A silent observer, about to break the silence. Of course, what I have to say merits some privacy, as well as some more, let's call it, refinement. This quaint little scene is decidedly too middle of nowhere for my tastes. Come.
Oh, God.
There, middle of somewhere.
Can you be more specific than somewhere?
The House of Hope, where the tired come to rest and the famished come to feed lavishly.
Why does it look like you have the portrait from both Ghostbusters 2 on your wall?
Enjoy your supper. After all, it might just be your last.
Ignore him and start eating. Sorry, what makes you say that?
Call it a ninth sense.
Oh, good, now you're a demon.
What's better than a devil you don't know? A devil you do. Am I a friend? Potentially. An adversary? Conceivably. But a savior? That's for certain.
I don't really care what you are. I care about what you want, though.
Oh, a mere trifle. How dear is one's soul, really? A rhetorical question, of course, but let me venture an answer. It's worth very little with a tadpole in your head. One skull, two tenants, and no solution in sight. I could fix it all like that.
Well, I'm going to need to think that over. A lot of people want to fix my tadpole. Whether or not you can do it, first is the question, but secondly, even if you can, I don't think you're the best option unless you're the only option.
Take all the time you need, but make up your mind before you're counting down with tentacles. Try to cure yourself. Shop around. Beg, borrow, and steal. Exhaust every possibility until none are left. And when hope has been whittled down to the very marrow of despair, that's when you'll come knocking on my door.
Fuck me if that isn't a trailer line.
Such a tease.
And if I want this deal, how would one find you?
I'll be around, watching you squirm like a tadpole through a nice juicy brain. All those pretty little symptoms, sundering skin, dissolving guts, they haven't manifested yet, have they? One might say you're a paragon of luck. I'll be there when it runs out.
Damn it, I wanted to walk around in your little house. I don't know that that was a magnificent mansion, because I don't think he was a wizard in the end. If he was, sure. Could everybody else please do some noticing? I just failed it.
What's that?
At the back of the crevice lies a bag enfolded in the chitinous squabbling of spiders. A shiny gold coin pokes from its mouth.
Survey the spiders. Bump, bump, dump, do.
The creatures clutch the pouch possessively. Is gold so precious to spiders?
Soothe the spiders with a calming lullaby.
Your voice draws their attention. They are suspicious, then curious, and finally at peace. One by one,
Whoa,
the
Black Betty,
spiders retreat
Bambalam.
to the
Whoa,
rear
Black
of the
Betty,
crevice,
Bambalam. Black
lulled
Betty got it
by your
down,
murmurs.
I figured singing spider bait would help. Boldly reach for the bag.
You stash the bag. Something clinks among the coins.
We have the Harper pouch. 13 bucks and oh fuck, that's... We stole their babies. We sang for them and stole their babies. For $13. What price life? Why is it a bonus action to something the spider eggs? Well, we failed the nature check. Bugger 'em. What is... Oh, that's a bit of ship. We're right on the cusp. It's a wonder the ship didn't break this thing, eh? So why does Raphael appear here? It's such a missable spot. If he really wants to deal with us, you'd think he'd show up in the open. Oil barrel, that's... Oh! Trap disarm! That was... We were looking for one of them.
Trust no one.
Yeah, grab the disarm kit.
No time to rest. On my way.
He appeared elsewhere for you, but you had the same scene, or you said you missed the event? Or were you talking about you missed the spider eggs? Oh, because Drow, lol, spider... Yeah, that would have been interesting. I imagine Drow would have a line there. Okay, well, we don't drop down that way. So we start going left. I'll probably poke my head in there. So it turns out to be a lot less open than I thought. Well, I mean, like, there's tons of stuff to do. But, like, in terms of the direct path out west, before I'd started exploring, the impression I got was that, you know, this would be a more straightforward way, as would here. But this turns off. This dead ends. This just leads to here. So all roads lead to this spot here, basically. You miss the spiders. You know, for a lot of people, that would be a blessing. He shows up when he feels like it. Intriguing. So many quests. We really don't actually have that many, because all of this is find a cure. We have find a cure, save the refugees, save the goblin, find the night song, and then we have our companion quests, which are catch-alls. The only one that has a current active objective is search for the signs of the Githyanki crash. It's all the way up there. And we'll try to bring Lae'zel when we go there. Don't go by the river if you love your wife, 'cause you'll make that girl a widow, and you'll cause her pain and strife. And if you go by the riverside, you'll lose your life. Exsanguinated boar? Bitch, what did you do?
Careful, I might.
Yeah, I know! I can see that! What the fuck did you do?
Never a dull moment. with haste.
At least he's not fucking hiding it.
Strange. It looks healthy, but it's stone dead.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Who cares about some pig? It's dead. Let's go.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Scrapwood shield. Isn't that just a fucking lump of... Yeah. it's just a lump of wood. I don't want to take it. It weighs too much. There's a mugwort over there.
Gith, aren't you worried your
Fuck,
kind
they
will
talk
punish
a
you for
lot.
consorting with us?
My name is Lae'zelk Chucky,
Don't call her chunky.
and my kin will understand my need for servants. They will help you, but only if I...
Just because you've got the width of a garden rake, Lae'zel, doesn't mean you got to be like that. Right, crime scene investigation. Oh, I wanted to... Oops.
The pig's dead, my friend. Staring at it won't bring it back. Come on. We'll never fix these brainworms if we stop and gawk at every piece of carrion you find.
Fuck, you're awfully defensive, Mr. Obvious Fangs in your face. Let's examine the boar's corpse. And let's speak with Deadit. That is a trick I would very much like to play. Okay. Let me guess, 2 bite marks in the... whatever they have for a neck.
The boar seems to be fresh, only a few hours dead. Examining the corpse, you see 2 small puncture wounds in its neck.
All I see is a blurry arse.
Is it dead enough for you?
These marks are strange. Do you recognize them, Mr. Defensive? Thank God for big bonuses.
It's been drained of blood with wounds in its neck. It's been killed by a vampire. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to worry you. They are ferocious creatures. But don't worry. I'll keep watch tonight. We won't have to worry about nocturnal visitors. Now please, let's go.
Well, thank you, kind protector. And hey, camp supplies. This is going to be awkward considering we've literally burgled its guts. However... But I can speak with animals! Can't we double it up? Fine. Speak with dead. Speak with animals. But you can't speak with dead animals. Fucking rules lawyers, that is. I was so hoping that would work. We can shortcut there, but it would be very damaging. Sign says...
West Baldur's Gate, East El Terrell.
And here I would have thought it said stay away, fools. There's a bridge. Chesty Bridge. There's signs of a recent festivity on the other side. No quest markers super close. In fact, the closest ones we have is indeed the Karlach one. But our choice now is to go under the bridge or over it. And I think I'm just going to cross the bridge because... Well, now hang on, let me check.
A vain notion. I am one of many, and will not be a burden to my queen.
You guys need to stop talking every 2 minutes, I swear to God. Like, spread it out. You can't have that many fucking recorded banters. I don't want this to be one of those games where the party members chat like non-stop for the first 3 hours and then they never say a word for the remaining 80. We want to go up there. It's going down, I think. we can check what's down first before we properly go across.
Might be useful.
But I'm not going to fully leave the area, if you get me. Oh, right, we have in fact been here. See, the thing is, with Dragon Age Inquisition, with Dragon Age, with BioWare in general, for party banter, I would unironically just watch the YouTube, or listen to the YouTube compilation of all of the interactions when I wasn't actively playing, because I wouldn't do it, like, until after I'd finished, but it was the easiest way for me to not care what got said and what didn't. Because they are, unfortunately, quite buggy as systems go. And they tend to always be that way. I don't know how to really do them well. Yeah, you can come across here and go up. I might do that for now and leave the south side of the bridge off. Was Inquisition worth? I had fun with it, but it was like 8 years ago. It was way too long ago for me to really have a lot to remember. I had a lot of fun with it, though. Better than 2, but depends on what you're looking for. Because I enjoyed 2 a lot. Yeah, this seems to be splitting off.
Anything of use?
The hunter's
bear tracks. Its nest must be nearby.
Right, that would probably be this cave. Should I investigate the cave and kill an owlbear? Absolutely. It might be fun and be a source of EXP, but can we head closer to that Karlach point first?
There's Al. How would you punish someone who wronged you?
Killed him.
Wrong me how?
Oh, say murder? Or say...
How would you punish someone who murdered you? Good luck.
Killing is good. It culls the weak. But theft would be paid for painfully, 1,000 times over.
Good to know.
I don't want the bucket. I wanted to see what was in the fucking bucket. Or I could talk to an owlbear. True, I do speak to beasts. There's a wolf? There's a ghost wolf? That is a ghost wolf next to a dead man. Fuck ever. No, that is a dog. Is it? True, okay. I don't think wolves bark. It's alive?
So, you and Lae'zel.
Well, the man isn't.
Please don't remind me. But keep your guard up with her.
Note.
Well, we can speak with animals, so we'll be able to chat to the dog. After we forage. Man, it's just... it looks so much closer than it is. I hate it. Another hunter's stash. Empty, though. I assume the mushrooms are either camp supplies or alchemy. The man's name used to be Gomwick. I may as well call him Gonwick now. Shame he wasn't John Wick, then he probably would have survived. Although in that case, the dog may not have. So, you know, I'm glad it's not John Wick. Yeah. Thank you. You get credit for that because you would have written that before I'd said it. Let's not... I bet you if we loot him... Oh, cause, yeah, looting him is red. That will make the dog attack, won't it? Hang on, I quick saved. Let me just demonstrate, because I... Oh, here he is.
Keep moving, stranger. Quietly.
Oh. What happened here?
I told you to go.
Peer at his collar.
You see a name etched into the leather. Scratch.
Okay, that's not as bad a name for a dog as it is for a cat. If your cat's name's Scratch, your cat has a problem. But if your dog name is Scratch, that's all right. You're Scratch, aren't you? Come here, it's all right. I'm not an enemy, I promise. I feel like that's not actually as helpful. Like, do the persuasion. Especially because we're real good at it. We could use the Scroll of Animal Friendship. Let's just try to persuade because we're good at it. Bonus 8 to 11. Come on, we won't fail. Yeah. I think we just got minimum possible, because like we rolled a 7, minimum bonus is 8. Yeah, we got minimum bonus there, so I'm glad we rolled the 7.
There's death in your scent, but not in your words. Still, you should go. My friend is injured. He needs rest.
Oh, buddy! Buddy. Do you see that red stuff? I don't think he's going to wake up.
Of course he will. And then we'll return home.
Yeah, no, it showed up as a result of me learning his name from the collar, yeah, absolutely. But it still didn't seem right to, like, show up and magically know his name. Like, that would freak me out if I was him. Because if I were a dog, I wouldn't be thinking about the collar. Prove the man's dead, shout at his corpse. What happened to your friend exactly?
We were attacked. Cackling, furry things on 2 legs. And their smell, it was strange, rotten, evil.
You know the creatures he describes. Gnolls.
You can travel with me if you like.
No, I won't leave him.
If he doesn't wake up, follow my scent. I have a camp.
If it comes to that, I may. Thank you.
Yeah, well, Blue Moon, it would certainly... I mean, it doesn't really surprise me that... to hear that a character you're playing in a role-playing game arrives at the ability to speak with animals far later than they perhaps should, if at all. Wait, we're allowed to loot him now? That seems off, but fucking sure. Personal note, soft letter, tough letter, money, and 2 apples. Scratch, look over there. I'm not a monster, I'm leaving him his boots. Excited looping letters fill this message of hope and love. Davin, it's a boy. He's healthy and perfect. I've named him after his father. Come back and see us as soon as you can get leave. Love, Flora and Davin Jr. That's not the dude that's dead, though. Gomwick, be doubly careful on the way back to Baldur's Gate. I've received more reports of attacks on travellers throughout the region. I can't have my best messenger winding up face down in a ditch somewhere. Watch yourself. Better late than never. Postmaster General Danzo. Ah. Tough letter. 9 fingers. I won't come back to the city, not while you have your thugs looking for me. If you want the debt paid, you'll have to trust me and collect it yourself. Go to the graveyard and look for where an M. Kerwin is buried. Get digging and you'll find enough valuables to settle matters between us. Don't go looking for me. I'll know when I'm safe. Yes. Let's put letters in here. Put our books pouch and our letters pouch. Why not? I guess I'm thinking of it less as a dog and more as a being that you can talk to. Right, so the question is, can we get across? If we can't, then it's going to be even wanking longer just to reach this horribly positioned circle. Please. Thank you. No! Oh, thank God. Right, we're in the circle, so I'm gonna grab Will. Do we see her? Fuck me. There! You look like you're about to shit yourself with fire. But let's go straight there. First, camp. Fuck is Lae'zel? There you are.
I should speak up.
This devil, Raphael, flaunts his paltry wings as if he wants to impress us. You saw the red dragon slaying his infernal kin above hell's fires, did you not?
I was more worried about the mind flayers at the time.
The devil's a gnat. When I am Kithrak, I will take my queen Vlaakith his head as a trophy.
Well, we have no dragons at our disposal now, I'm afraid.
I will sit astride one. It is only a matter of time. I will ride a red dragon. I will wield the silver sword, and I will conquer every layer of hell, should my queen command it.
Note to self, if I ever decide to do a Lae'zel romance run, play as a red-skinned dragonborn, so that line can lead to the funniest come-on possible. Why were the knights chasing the Mind Flayer ship?
The Geich are my kind's mortal enemy. It is not unusual for the Kithrak to give chase, to penetrate the hells. This is unusual. But I'm not one to question the wisdom of my queen. I can see but to the horizon. Vlaakith's sight pierces the many planes.
That was great, but I was trying to tell you to fuck off a second.
Speak.
Fuck off a second.
Chook, you believe you can survive without me? As you say, do not keep me waiting.
The Devil with the Silver Tongue. An old fairy tale my father read to me. The kind with a hero, a villain, and a moral. A farmer made a deal with the devil, so the story goes. In exchange for the farmer's dearest fruit, the devil granted him a bottomless coin purse. The farmer's dearest fruit, naturally, was no apple nor peach, but his beloved daughter. We can learn a lot from fairy tales. Don't you think?
Yeah, get your fucking deals done in exact word writing. What are your thoughts on the devil, Will?
Refuse him no matter how tempting the offer, no matter how delicious the feast he lays out for you. The cost's always too great.
What was your class again? Because it wasn't fighter. He spoke of a cure, and I'm going to keep my options over.
Take a single step towards him, and he'll dog you the whole journey. You might think you'd give up anything for a cure. But the devil won't take just anything. He'll take everything.
Again, recruiting.
Well met.
Yeah, come with me.
That's the spirit.
Do you feel as flattered as I do? Invited to dine with a devil.
Oh, man. I will do a playthrough with this guy. It ain't this one, but I will. Dining with a devil left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yes, they offer you an apple, but they're the worm that lurks within. Still, don't let his bluster fool you. All that talk of desperation, it merely illustrates his own. I think he wants something from us, badly. And in that knowledge lies our opportunity.
What is it that the devil wants so very badly?
Our souls. But I suspect that's but his opening offer. Let me play the devil's advocate. The man is too eager. Do not dismiss his offer out of hand. If there's one quality all the denizens of the hells embody, it's ambition. Quality they share with many humans, come to think of it.
And believe me, I've played enough Crusader Kings to recognize that trait when I see it. What do you think his ambition might be?
I'm in the foggiest. But, based on the evidence before us, we can make certain deductions as to why he sought out our merry band.
Because we're the protagonists?
Fact one, there's something very strange and very powerful about our tadpoles. Fact two, a devil offers to take it away. Devils aren't known to aid mortals out of simple kindness.
Yeah.
Whatever Raphael wants, we must be the key to getting it, along with our tadpoles. So, I say for now, we wait. If I'm right, Raphael will seek us out again, and when he does, there's a mighty bargain to be made. Remember his Cormyrean rhyme? Down came the claw. Perhaps we should start growing our nails.
He makes bad decisions, doesn't he? Whole life filled with them.
Bloody hells. Literally. Just when I think I've got a grasp on our dilemma, a devil shows up.
Fuck you!
No matter.
My name's Gavarog.
We've dealt with every other oddity
Oh, the
thrown at us
actual
lately.
one. Right, okay.
We can handle this one too. Now, as for this Raphael, he knows our secret. He claims he can help. What do you make of him?
He's a devil. But hey, let's read her mind. This won't get me in trouble. Could I have some guidance from you? No? Funny that. Ooh dear.
I can feel you! Get out of my head! Do that again and I'll leave you to bleed out in this wilderness. Understand? And watch out for Raphael. He's better at getting into people's heads than you are, you ass.
Can't help but notice that there wasn't a disapproval there. Like, she still likes me.
Almost pleasant traveling with company. If you ignore all the less pleasant aspects.
Like, I genuinely don't know if she will remember this. What about those murals in the grove?
What can I say? They were eye-catching. Consider me an art lover.
I'm like a shart lover.
Fine. What's on your mind?
Sorry?
I don't think I've ever had a confidant quite like you.
Yeah, I can really get into your head, can't I?
And if I have, I can't remember them.
She is so much more snarky with you. Like, what do you mean? Because I did that, or in general?
Now there's a bloody devil trailing after us. Well, this gets better and better. Shop around, he said. He seems sure we won't find anything. And he might be right. We've had no luck so far.
He's not. We still have options.
Maybe. But all that, take your time, I'll wait nonsense. He's playing with us. He reminds me of, well, someone I used to know. Someone that liked to play with people.
Someone with sharp
Creatures
teeth.
like them don't play games. Unless they know they can win.
So what do we do?
We keep hunting for answers. What other choice do we have?
Bend over?
This is no ordinary mind flayer parasite. Who tampered with it, and why? What do they have planned for us? And why are we important enough that a devil comes knocking on our door? If we find those answers, we might have a chance.
Right then. That's everybody's reactions to the devil, but there is one more person we could ask. 1 HP? Yeah, I don't think anything really damages him, huh?
Fate spins along as it should.
You don't have any devil comments?
Dost thou require a new ally?
In a matter
Or
of speaking,
mayhaps
somebody
a resurrection.
Whatever. All right. Well, if you don't have sage wisdom to offer, then I'll let you know when someone's dead. Withers commented on you starting a romance.
As much love as I hold for Baldur's Gate, these frontiers delight me as much as any bustling street.
Now he talks.
You can't be serious. This is a howling wasteland. I haven't even had a bath since the abduction. I must reek of illithid slime.
Don't get distracted in this game. Oh man.
Sure, but think of the stories you'll be able to tell.
Some murgrass over here. Pick it up. Pick it up. Toll collector's key.
A key?
Polished and shiny, save for a splattering of dried blood. Found near a dead toll collector. I don't see them. Are they in the blood? Someone's not coming?
A long way to go still.
Oh, you didn't do the jump. There you go.
Do. Moving in.
Doesn't really work. Like the writing disappears when my mouse goes near it. How the fuck do people play this on consoles? My god. Pile of bones. Ah, that'd be the toll collector. Well, Once upon a time, at least. Anyway, let's go talk to this lovely person who seems to be having a very bad day in the corner.
More for me.
Hey! Running hot. She certainly fucking is.
One horn, the stink of Avernus. Advocatus Diaboli.
Well, I'll be God's damned. The Blade of Frontiers. Thought I'd shaken you for good. That'll teach me to underestimate you.
You're the devil we've been hunting. Karlach, right?
Bloody right. An honor to be chased by the Blade of Frontiers, but Ugh!
A great heat roars through you, her heat, fiery as the hells. Then you're lost in visions of demonic armies as you tear through a landscape of fire and blood, the Blood War. You saw it from above as the Nautiloid passed through Avernus. This woman was on the front line.
What was that?
Evidence. Proof that you're a devil. A gladiator in the archdevil Zariel's army.
I can explain, but it's a whole situation. If you just hear me out...
Another vision. Karlach's blade raised, slicing through devils, Zariel's servants.
Oh, hey, more
As
evidence.
Her eyes dart around, seeking escape. Her rage and desperation seep into you. She is a victim of the Blood War, not an agent of it.
She's trying to trick us. Don't believe her lies.
Now.
You saw the truth. I never wanted to serve Zariel. I was enlisted in her army against my will. Forced to fight, and fight I did. When I saw an opportunity to get away, I took it. Finally home. Or near it, anyway.
Why do you look like you're about to explode, though?
That's enough to damn you.
No, it isn't. Stand down, Will. You saw what I saw.
You don't know what you're saying. You're asking me to trust a devil.
You saw her thoughts. She poses no danger to the Sword Coast.
You know monsters, right? Better than anyone. Look into my eyes. Can't you see I'm not what you think?
Was he supposed to approve of that?
Shit. You really are no devil, are you?
Ah, there we go.
I've been deceived.
Oh, thank the gods. Thought I was gonna have to take your head.
You would have died in the attempt. But there have been enough threats today.
Truce then, eh?
Aye. Truce.
I'm Karlach, but you already knew that. And you are...
Gavarok.
Well met, soldier. Nice to meet a friendly around here. It's been tough going so far.
Fascinating outfit
I
on
may
you.
not be a devil, but I can put the Blade's reputation to work. How would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards? Little background, if your moral compass needs something to point at. You already know I fought in the Blood War. I was good. Really good. It turns out I've got a knack for killing demons. That made me a valuable asset. Zariel, the archdevil herself, made me as her personal attack dog. I played along until I could get the fuck out of there. But devils don't like to lose their assets. Zariel liked it so little. She sent a bunch of goons, so-called paladins of Tyr, to take me back. Problem is, I'm not going.
And Tyr one of the good ones? So you want me to kill the people hunting you?
Don't worry, I'll lead the charge. But I could use your help. There's a lot of them and only one of me. After that, we can team up. Take Faerun by the short hairs. Sound good?
I like her. She looks like she could throw me over her shoulder and carry me to safety, should the need arise.
Yeah, let's go with this.
Fuck yes! They cornered me outside the toll house just up the hill. Doubt they've gone far after the scorching I gave them. Hang on though. Looks like you've got enough backup at your side. Not sure there's room for me. I'll catch up with you when it's time to camp for now. But don't get to any of the fun stuff without me. Got it?
Fucking arbitrary head counts, I swear to God. Why are all these sausages out in my... Wait, the salami is a weapon? The salami is a club? Why is the salami a club? Right. Uh-huh. Yep. Sure. Fascinating. Ask Grefter about the salami. Is Grefter awake? Don't act like you've never swung sausages around. Only something beating meat. Let's see. She's got an arrow of ice, another trap disarm toolkit. Give that to Astarion. Alchemist's fire, oil of accuracy. Will would like to speak. Let's move before, because basically the stream is over. I'm going to talk to Will at the start of next stream, so I'm going to keep him in the party. Then I'm going to go to camp and swap him out for Karma. Demon Dragon, that's basically your party. Shadowheart, Astarion, Karlak. Yeah, that'll probably be mine as well. It seems like those are a lot of people's go-to. Lae'zel, Will, and Gale aren't as popular. That said, I don't dislike any of them, really. Like, Lae'zel is entertaining in her way. I would be interested to see her character development, but... I wonder when Scratch... Because I'm going to assume that he joins us.
Baldur's Gate, Astarion. A sweetheart, perhaps?
Not one in particular. The city is a veritable feast of sweethearts.
You must be eager to get back then. Slimmer pickings out in this wilderness.
Make narrative sense to have Will and Karlak join together. That's true if we go up to confront the paladins, but what I'm doing, because I don't want to miss it, I want to plant myself in front of the next place I intend to go, which is the Owlbear Cave that I skipped. That's why we're walking down here. There's plenty of places to go, and going up and doing Karlak's thing is something I want to do. I also want to go back to that goblin and do the cave in here. So I'll probably do those things, the owlbear and the goblin, before I go back to exploring this region, and that includes going back up to do Karlak's thing, but I wouldn't necessarily do that faster than anything else along this great collection. But we now have our fiery friend deal with the Paladins of Tyr. So yeah, in terms of companions, we do need to talk to Will, we do need to do that for Karlak, and we do need to do the Githyanki Crash stuff. Everybody else, let's just keep traveling. Funny how Gale has nothing right now. You can cast Shillelagh on Salami. Shillelagh. Shalami. I'm sure there's a bunch of ways to put that. But anyway, my goal for today was to meet Karlak, and I did it. Well, my goal for today was to finish the Emerald Groves, initial exploration / everything we can do up until we have to do stuff over here. So I'm happy with that. The only thing we didn't do is the underground cavern, but that's just because I didn't want to get stuck into it and not have the time to find Karlak. I'm really annoyed that Karlak took so long to reach. It really looked like you could just walk that way. But no, all the way through here and on. But that's Baldur's Gate for this week. We'll come back on Tuesday with it. Next week will be like last week, Tuesday, Wednesday of this, and then Friday there's going to be well, by Friday there'll be a payday update. It might be earlier than that, but I usually pick Friday because, well, I would say it allows the Australians to stay up later, but what I've learned, half of you are up late every day anyway. Yeah, the jumping, good God. Fare thee well, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow with possibly the rest of Metal Gear Solid 3, or maybe it'll be another 2 streams of that. I don't know. Final Fantasy XIV on Sunday. We got the rest of the variant dungeon to do. And yeah, that sums it up. Until then.